the light on?
Oh, sorry. Where's the light?
By the door.
I don't know. Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Welcome to see it again.
Oh, hello, YouTube.
Anyway, go. You're sitting there, but on there, you're on the other way around.
That's mental.
It's like you're in the mirror. We're through the looking glass, people.
Officially, we're tabled.
So,
Look at this, we've got a table!
round table. I like knights.
Right.
Exciting things happening.
Explain the table, why did we get a table?
Because we found a table.
Just found a table, thought,
Yeah.
you know what, nice to have a table.
Let's do
Yeah.
that shit.
Also, it would stop me falling asleep on the couch.
That's basically.
We'll
the
see.
reason.
We'll see, yeah, maybe. I do have some coffee.
Tim's got off his leather throne
Yeah.
to join us with the commoners on the, around the table, which is nice. How do you feel about that? Slumming it?
I feel good about it.
Okay.
Feel humbled.
I feel a bit on the
Feel like
show.
You're a princess of the people now.
Yeah. I've even got a uniform of the people.
Show everybody.
Yeah,
Triple
so,
threat
yeah.
t-shirt.
We've got merchandise now, so not only have we got a table, we've got t-shirts. So it says, what does it say on the front? Show them the back first, yeah. The back, show them the front back first.
So in the front, it has the Triple Threat Club Wrestling Podcast and our lovely logo.
There you go.
The microphone, look, it's a microphone.
Nice. 3 stars, 3 of us. And
And
on the back,
save it for the podcast.
so for the podcast, people on YouTube and
yeah,
This
this
is
is
social
the
media.
only catchphrase.
It's an inside joke, isn't it?
it is a bit of an inside joke, which most things are. Say it for the podcast means that we obviously sometimes do talk about things outside the show.
That's not in front of a microphone.
But what we have to do is say, whoa, say it for the podcast.
Yeah, we have to stop ourselves. don't
Can't
we?
give that gold away for free, so we've got to hang on to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just a little inside joke for you.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a fan of it though, for just $22.
Hell yeah.
Bargain, huh? Bargain. More t-shirts to come. This is
Yeah,
just the start. This
I
is-
hate it when other wrestling podcasts
have 20,000.
spend, first of all, half an hour saying all the t-shirts they've got and say, we're going to have 10 new t-shirts soon. That's what they say.
Yeah.
More designs to come, we're going to have 10 different ones, we'll do it by next week. No, you're not. Stop lying.
To be fair, we kind of have been teasing the t-shirt for about 6 months.
One t-shirt, and now we've got one t-shirt. How long did we tease the table for? We didn't! Table! I'm not allowed to bang on the table, I'm doing this
So
podcast.
we're not covering that yet.
It's just for you, YouTube.
Is this just YouTube?
This-
You're
YouTube
getting a lot. You're
exclusive.
getting a lot for nothing here.
Holy shit.
Especially when we say all the same things on the podcast in about 30 seconds.
Yeah. Once more with feeling.
So, who wants the intro? It's not me this week, officially.
I'm going to do it this week.
No, no. I
Feeling
feel like he's got things planned if he's that keen.
I feel like I'm at the table, I'm alert,
You are sitting at a table right now.
semi-conscious.
Do you want to you can say what you want, but just angle yourself more that way?
What's the next more of my crotch?
Just
How are you feeling about how you're sitting? Because I know this has been an issue in the past. Is that what the table's actually
A
for?
little bit as well, yeah. I'm actually going to button my shirt up at this moment as well. So, yeah, that was my name of relation again.
Okay.
Actually, it wasn't just falling asleep, it's the fact that I sat in such an unflattering position.
It was horrendous.
It was really bad, wasn't it? And, I do have a certain figure,
Okay.
and it was not. Know your angles.
No, your wrangles.
That's what the
what's
women
a
say.
wrangle?
No,
No, your wrangles. No, your wrangles. You got a wrangle thing, haven't you?
You do have to know your angles.
Right.
I've wrangled quite a few things over my time.
Oh, and that explains the figure again. Right, come on, get started now. I won't be here longer.
I'll count you in. 7 at 9.
That was a weird count.
If
So,
it was.
welcome to the Triple Threat Club Wrestling Podcast. I know that because it says it on Tim's t-shirt.
We've got t-shirts, people.
T-shirts, get them now while they're hot.
We're going to spend the next 30 minutes explaining all our different social media and all the t-shirts that we're going to make.
Speaking of social media,
Go on.
we've got a Twitter.
Are we?
Yeah, we have.
What's the address for that?
At 3 Threat Club.
It is.
You
It
got
is.
it right.
You got it right, yes.
I thought I
So
didn't
they're all
know you got
here.
it. Well,
Instagram,
go on.
Triple Threat Club Podcast.
Okay.
He knows his stuff.
This is good. I didn't know any of this.
Facebook, Triple Threat Club.
He knows his stuff. He's come prepared.
YouTube, I don't know the YouTube one though. You know we're live on it right now.
Just Triple Threat Club, I think.
Yeah.
If they type in Triple Threat Club.
Yeah.
Also, I'll tell you what I was really, really impressed with the other day.
Go on.
So, I've had enough of the iOS podcast app. It's too glitchy. Doesn't work all the time. It's just annoying. So I downloaded another podcast app, one that had been recommended on the internet. To Triple Threat Club, we popped straight up first hit.
What was it? What was this new app sort of
It's
thing?
called Overcast.
Overcast. Would you recommend this then? People
They're good. You
Yeah.
can organise little playlists, so like you can make certain podcasts priorities, so they'll jump back up to the top rather than to search. So it's really, really good.
Okay.
And
there
we
is
popped
like
up first.
And we popped up first, yeah. But typed in Triple Threat Club, bang, straight away.
We're the best in the world.
Yeah. So, yeah. With that being said, that's Adam.
That's Tim.
That's the J-Lo. We did an intro.
Did an intro. I did an extended intro.
Really good intro. Really good intro. That.
This
I
table
think
has turned me into a
it's the
professional.
table, innit?
We've got a table, people.
I do feel more professional sitting at the table. I
Yeah.
feel a little bit like I am in the middle, and I am a bit like I'm watching watching a tennis match. But
I think, well, we can all do that because we can all occasionally look at YouTube as well.
Mhm.
Hey, YouTube.
Alright, guys.
So yeah, it's predominantly a Backlash review this show, but it's more about the weekend.
What a weekend!
It's about
Big
everything.
busy weekend this.
Yeah.
It's a good weekend
Should
of
we
wrestling.
start at the start of the weekend?
I love it when we start to start.
Saturday night, yo.
No.
We're going back to what was it?
Friday night.
Was it actually Friday? Or was that Thursday?
Yeah.
I think it
Friday.
might have been Thursday, but they showed it on Friday.
Showed it on
Yeah.
Friday, yeah. So I think quite like Wednesday, WWE just announced that there was going to be a special UK show on Friday night on the network.
They must have announced it before that.
We're on the pulse.
I feel like we might have missed a trick because surely they didn't just wake up on Wednesday morning and go, I've got an idea.
No, they might have thought of it on like the Monday, but it looks pretty rushed.
They had a fucking load of people there.
Of course,
They flew over. They wouldn't have just woke up on Wednesday and gone, I know what would be funny.
No, I think that
When you
show
say
was
JR
happening
wasn't
anyway.
actually there.
There's no way JR was there. There was no way JR was there. Did you see how badly that looked?
Of course he was there.
He was not there.
Of course he was.
He was not there.
You don't think he was there?
No, it was totally superimposed.
Fuck off.
It was. Honestly, go on Twitter and look at the pictures. It's so bad. It looks like they look like weather presenters.
He was definitely
He
there.
was definitely not there. There was no way he went to Norwich and then to Chicago.
Pete Dunne did. Spoiler.
That's the point, you know.
No, but if he
Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne did.
I'm saying that if they recorded it on the Thursday, there's no way they'd flying JR out to Norwich and then all the way back.
Depends how much.
It's
They're
only
putting
like
behind it.
6 hours out of his day.
It's not 6 hours from.
America to Manchester is 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
You take Norwich.
Honestly.
Yeah, what part of America? New
Well,
York.
Like New York,
That's New York.
Yeah,
Chicago's
doesn't live in New York.
Chicago's an hour up the road. It's not, it's a bit more, but you can
Plus-
just fly from Chicago
Plus,
to.
if it's either private or at least first class, which it inevitably would be for JR, it's like, oh, go and sit in this comfortable lounge for a day.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, okay.
No.
You're getting on
No
Vince's
way.
jet with
No
Triple
way.
H, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, Nigel.
And all the girls you want.
No way. That was totally super.
Right, I want to find out. You might be right. You might not be. That's one of our little goals. We need to find that out. If you're on YouTube and you're watching us, hit us up and let us know. So it started in Norwich for this UK Championship special event on the network, which was really good. Nice to see JR, whether he's there or not. He adds 1,000,000% to every match he commentates on. I still don't like Nigel McGuinness.
I was going to ask that. I was like, was him being with JR, did he change anything for you? I didn't know.
I didn't mind the commentary as much because JR was there and I like him. I don't like Nigel McGuinness. I don't like his voice. I don't like him. He's not for me.
I didn't mind him at TakeOver. I actually thought he made a few comments that added to things. I don't know about the UK special though. I don't mind him so much. I know what you mean.
I like him. I think he has something different.
He's got. There are a few things where I think, yeah, that's a bit of amateur commentary, or it's a little bit tame, or a little bit dull. But
to me, it just sounds very British independent wrestling, and
yeah.
I know that's what the UK one kind of is with that, but they're trying to make it seem not that. So I don't see the point in getting someone who screams that in the commentary doing it. It's nah, I don't like it. I can see why some people would. It's not for me though.
I think it adds a bit of legitimacy to it.
It's easy for you to say.
Well,
what do you think of the actual matches then? So we have Wolfgang versus Joseph Connors.
Yeah, it was pretty decent. I mean, I think when I was watching this, I was like, oh, that tournament was really good. Really, really good. Like, it's such a different pronounced style.
Yeah.
And because we haven't seen it since January, it was just really nice to see him. Oh, yeah, this is really good, this.
Okay. It was alright. I was very I didn't dislike it. I watched it, I was like, okay, this is nice watching the wrestling and I remember these people, this is quite good. They said about Wolfie working in the bar again, which I loved. They talked about Joseph Connors and him missing his ear, which we've all seen it. And it was alright. I didn't dislike it.
I don't think they had as much to play for this time. I think that might have affected some of the creative choices. Or
maybe.
What was it as well? A few people mentioned on Twitter, I think mostly like British news, wrestling news kind of people, were commenting on the fact that almost everyone was being sold as having had a tough childhood. Like that's the English thing to have happened.
There is a bit of that, yeah. Which is surprising when you think that most British people who end up on the main roster are all very British and posh and regal and Gallagher.
You can't have it both ways.
So it's like America have decided, right, we can have two things here. We can have an uber posh guy who drinks tea,
who's got a butler,
or someone who literally has bar fights all the time. There's no real character. It's this guy could handle himself. It's just it was a bit that for me. Which might, as we go on, it might grow and they might start doing things a little bit. But that was a little bit the problem, because they were saying Wolfgang, he's struggled a bit and he can handle himself in a bar fight, and here he is, this tough scrapper. And then they went, and here's Joseph Connors, he lost his ear in a bar fight and he's really tough and he doesn't take any mess. It was just a bit, Who won that match? Wolfgang won,
yeah.
I didn't dislike it, it's fine. What happened after that?
No recollection.
This is worrying. I know what happened, I just thought I'd pose the question.
The pressure's got to
Really enjoyed it, really enjoyed this event, yeah.
The pressure's got to me, I've gone blank.
I've seen officially 0% of it, so...
I'm surprised you've not got an app or something in front of you. What you've left on the ivory tower, have you? All your information or fucking knowledge.
I've got I'm organised for Takeover.
Okay, so the next match was the tag match between the Brian Kendrick and TJP.
Yes.
Not TJ Perkins anymore.
Nice,
It's TJP now. And they were facing off against Rich Swann and Dan Maloney. What did you make of this one?
I like this. I thought it was nice to just throw someone we've not seen before in there, just to,
Dan Maloney.
Just to give him, just to give him a go.
I fucking hated this.
Why?
What the fuck was Dan Maloney doing there? It was awful. Seriously, because he was awful. I'm all for giving someone a go, someone like that, but I distinctly remember watching that championship and thinking, who the fuck is this Dan Maloney? He was the worst one. He was the dickhead at the gym, Dan Maloney, at the championship.
Oh, he was, wasn't he?
He was the dickhead at the gym.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
And then this guy, he was the one who they picked out of all those other, some quite big names, some pretty good people over here. They picked Dan Maloney, the most generic, awful looking guy, and he was shit. He punched people, and people shouted, Dan, Dan, Dan.
I did like the Dan chant.
The Dan chant was quite funny, to be fair, but it was the clumsiest, most awful looking. It didn't, for me, bring him up to their level of the other three. and like, oh, he's part of this. It just highlighted the fact that he didn't have a fucking clue what he was doing. We were slagging off that guy who was on the show. What was he called from NXT? The footballer guy, Sabatelli or whatever he was called.
Do you know Sabatelli?
He was worse than him.
Wow.
He was worse than him. He just looked awful.
I don't remember him being that bad, but I think the other three maybe just...
The other three did some alright stuff,
Yeah.
really. But he was terrible. Yeah, and then there was a bit at the start where Rich Swann was trying to give him his glasses because he was his partner and he was doing all his Rich Swann dancing, and he gave Dan Maloney his glasses and he didn't know what to do with them at first. He kind of held them like, oh, this wasn't part of they didn't tell me who. Put the fucking glasses on, Dan. And he put them on, and then Rich Swann started doing his dance, and it was crying out for do a little bit of a dance with Rich Swann here. People all love that shit. They're already chanting Dan. And he stood there with the glasses on for a couple of seconds, took the glasses off, tried to hand them back to Rich Swann, who was mid waving at the crowd, held his hand, held them out for, it was only a couple of seconds, but he held them out, realised Rich Swann was not taking these glasses back, so he just kind of tossed them out of the ring. It was just awkward. It was just awkward. I thought,
I was not paying attention.
I obviously was paying attention here. It was shit.
So bad.
The match was average as well.
Well, it was a standard, means nothing tag match.
It was. What
Alright,
came on after that?
I got a feeling this was the Pete Dunne match.
Who was he facing in this match?
Was it Trent Seven?
It was Trent Seven.
Yes, it was.
He was nervous about
it.
It
was Trent Seven. They changed Trent Seven's music slightly. It still had an underlying current of his usual music, but they changed it. I didn't like it as much as his usual music.
I really liked his old music. When he'd slow roll into the ring with his towel and then start
doing all that, it was really good. They changed it slightly. They kind of beefed it up a little bit, and it didn't work as well for me.
What were you saying about them, shoving the number one contenders thing in?
Oh yeah, so we already knew 2 weeks before that it was going to be Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne for NXT.
At TakeOver.
I didn't know
At TakeOver. Right, it had been announced and everything.
Okay.
And then this is why I feel like they've done this on the fly, because they then retrofitted a number one contenders match into it.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Which makes me think they just did this on the fly. They realised they had a show in Norwich and went, should we film it?
But not Fly JR.
But not Fly JR.
Bullshit!
No. We'll just superimpose him on. No one will know. No one will notice, except for the really super smart.
Who didn't know he was in the fucking tag match?
I was too busy looking for evidence.
Oh, yeah,
I was there or not.
I bet you was.
Well, at no point did it cut to them at the desk.
Oh.
I rest my case.
Okay. Pete Dunne versus Trent Seven.
Defense rest.
What did you think of that match?
It was a good match.
I thought it was a pretty good match.
It was a good match. These two wrestle each other and with each other 5 nights out of the week, don't they? So.
I think they do, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Pete Dunne was good, Trent Seven was good.
Again, it just reminded you, these are really good, these guys.
They were.
Still disappointed with the size of Trent Seven's belly though.
Yeah.
It just makes him look not as hard.
I remember saying I was disappointed with it when I first saw him in the championship. Now, I'm kind of used to it. Kind of alright with it now.
It's his thing.
Yeah, I'm alright with it. I don't mind it.
I mean, I'm not going to belly shame anyone, but no position to do that.
I'm more disappointed with Pete Dunne's ring attire and stuff. I think I feel like he should be looking a bit cooler.
Upgrading.
Yeah, and a little furry kind of.
It's so cheap.
You like that?
I like the furry.
Well, there you
It's
go. I
just
like the belly.
actual-
You like the fur.
And it's just a single thing.
The thing with Pete Dunne,
Too much nip.
well, yeah, that's one thing.
Nip slips everywhere.
It's just the look generally is all right, but there's just certain upgrades that I do because it looks like it's just been thrown together at the last minute, and that might have been the case 6 months ago. But
He's a bit too good for that now, isn't he? I think
he is. I mean, he's
in the limelight a little bit.
He's a WWE superstar now.
He is.
And the UK champions, by the way.
It was a really good match.
Thanks for ruining that, by the way. We're a million miles away. We haven't even said who's won the number one contenders
Didn't
match
even
yet.
say one.
Spoiler alert.
So Pete Dunne
while
won.
we're doing the podcast.
Pete Dunne won that match. He beat Trent Seven, which was good. We think, well, apparently it had already been announced. I wasn't aware of that, but fair enough. He won. It was a good match. Yeah, enjoyed it. Then it was the main event, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So there was only 4 matches on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we could have had another match somewhere in there.
It's like a typical TNA thing, though. They only have.
Just 4 matches.
Isn't
They
like
gave,
the
they gave
week
all
the
matches
weekly
time
TNA?
to breathe, though, didn't they?
Well, that's the thing. If it's just like a house show vibe, aren't the weekly NXT shows about 4 matches?
I reckon you get 6.
I don't know.
Really?
I reckon so.
I don't watch TNA.
Because they're usually pretty long matches, I thought. But okay, fair enough.
I don't know.
Um,
So the main event was for the UK Championship. It was Tyler Bate. I say it like that because JR kept calling him Tyler Bates throughout the match. Probably because he was in another country though, and probably it was just like it was echoing or something.
what is a wanker though?
That was good. That was good. You said that, didn't you, on the group?
Yeah.
JR said, what is this wanker thing?
And Nigel Gibson said, yeah, I can't tell you.
Yeah, we'd all get in trouble. But it was because they were all chanting TJP's a wanker, wasn't it?
Yeah, which he is.
Why is it that no one in all of JR's life, no one's explained to him what the word wanker means?
Because isn't that?
It's not an American
I
thing.
know it's an English thing,
But he's been to
surely-
England a lot.
Yeah, he's surely been around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think many people call JR a wanker because everyone loves JR.
William Regal would do it as a joke. I think.
Maybe.
No one's he didn't know what a wanker was. Unless he did know and he was being facetious.
Yeah, he's trying to get Nigel in trouble.
maybe he was thinking,
What's that? Nigel. It's a wanker. And he's just got that.
He's probably thinking it's a UK special, but it's an American show. I can get away with this.
Yeah.
It's like dropping an F-bomb, but getting away with it and knowing that you will.
He does do that though. Like he'll make it a UK reference. So I remember from back in the day when someone threw The Rock into a steel cage, and he said, "The Rock straight into that cage, and it didn't taste like fish and chips for no reason."
Shoehorn in.
It was just.
What
do you
get?
Yeah, that's what he does. So it was Tyler Bate versus Mark Andrews.
Andrews.
Yeah. It was a good match. I don't know what Mark Andrews is doing really. I really like him in the ring, but his entrance is awful. And his backwards cap and his jacket and his weird waving at the crowd. He looks like a kid, but he's got a beard. I know he's only a young guy like, but he just looks a bit silly, I think. I don't know why he's doing that. He could be really cool as this high-flying, stage-diving kind of guy,
Yeah.
but you look like a child
his
who's trying to be cool.
Like I've seen like wrestling shows in like
You fucking
Pontins.
loved it, didn't you?
No, I've seen like you've been to like Pontins and stuff, and they put on wrestling shows. His entrance is like a wrestler at a Pontin show.
Yeah.
Nothing else is. His wrestling style in the ring is
He's awesome.
spot on, it's brilliant, but his entrance just looks like a cheap.
It looks great. We went and watched that Future Shock show, and there was that Mambo guy. He was quite Mambo to me, if you're listening, Mambo. Just a bit. Yeah, what are you doing? Bit Pontins, I like that. A little bit Pontins for me. Really good match though.
Yeah.
One way or the other. I knew Tyler Bate was going to win, but really enjoyed it.
While we're speaking about music, they've not changed Tyler Bates' music.
Were we speaking about music?
We were about 5 minutes ago.
that was a lead. That
It
was
was
a
a
lead.
little bit of a leap. But I want to make this point. They've not changed Tyler Bates' music and it's awful.
You know what though? Talking about.
I was just about to say before you said that, and I said, yeah, I was going to go, because it's awesome. And you said awful.
Awful.
It's fucking brilliant.
It's not brilliant.
It really is. I really like it, mate.
I'm neutral.
I mean, I love Pete Gabriel,
Yeah.
but it's like one of those when you go into like Poundland and they've got the cheap covers.
I
and the
really
system,
like it.
somebody singing Angels.
But it sounds different to... You could have easily had just like... vroom, 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 banana, banana.
It just...
I'm making this up. I'm doing a generic wrestling entrance. This is Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel.
It's not, it's a bad
It's
cover
really good.
version
I
of
like it.
Sledgehammer by
But
Pete
there you
Gabriel.
go, this is wrestling, innit?
But it's just the least. It's so non-threatening.
But he comes
And
out
then he
like
comes out
this
like that.
anyway. He's waving.
No, I can live with the waving thing. I
Okay.
can live with that. But just.
There you are.
It's just so bad packaging.
Package.
That's the new champ.
It was a really good match, and that was the end of the show.
Mhm.
Tyler Bate won, and so it was going to be Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate at NXT TakeOver Chicago. I wonder how that went, that match. Should we talk about it in a minute? Not just yet, because we won't spoil anything. Let's get up to that. Let's work.
Talking about t-shirts.
Go on. Have you got some information?
We weren't really. That was like half
Oh.
an hour ago.
But we do have a new t-shirt.
Show everyone the t-shirt, Tim.
T-shirts. YouTube.
On the front it says Triple Threat Club Wrestling Podcast, and on the back it says Save for the Podcast.
It's nice. It's white. Not a lot of wrestling t-shirts are white.
That's why I wanted it white.
Yeah. Everyone's got a black t-shirt. Not us.
No.
We've got a white t-shirt.
Nakamura's had an NXT t-shirt which we liked, and we all have.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
confused look on his face. He's got one.
He has got that t-shirt.
I've worn that t-shirt. But traditionally, wrestlers have black t-shirts. Not us.
They do. We'll have
Great
10, but we're probably going to have 10 new designs by the end of this
By the end of this podcast, yeah.
So
Let's talk about NXT TakeOver Chicago. I love an NXT TakeOver, even though this time I haven't really been keeping up with NXT because I feel like it's kind of drifted a little bit and it's not really as good as it was maybe 6 months ago ish to a year ago. I feel like it's kind of drifted. Quite a few good people aren't there anymore.
No, the Drifter's on Raw.
He is.
there was, however, we'll get to it, but one absolutely outstanding match.
I think there were 2.
You think there were two?
Drop
Yeah, I
line.
think there was two as well.
Okay, we'll get to
Let's
it.
start with.
We'll
Do you want
see.
to start with the end? Do you want to tell us who won? Start with the first match.
Roderick Strong against Eric Young.
This was pretty good. I thought this was a good opener.
Okay.
Not a massive Roddy fan.
Boring.
A bit boring. They tried the best with the package and they're pushing the new dad thing. And
Yeah, I feel like they were doing this with Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger left,
So they did
and
it
now
to
they're
him.
carrying it on with Roderick Strong. It's the same one. Can he overcome all these people? Yeah, just do it.
yeah, I thought it was an exciting opening match. I like how
They were alright.
the story that was told in the match was just like he had to fight 3 of them, so he had to figure out a way to fight 3 of them. So, like literally from his entrance, he goes and takes the other 2 out from the outside.
That was good at the
to
start.
make
That
it
was
1-on-1.
quite
And
good.
yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was high energy. It got everyone pumped up. Pretty. I feel like the finish buried Sanity a little bit though.
What was the finish?
What happened?
When he won.
I know he won. Did he just win normal or was it like?
No, he kind of like threw Alexander Wolf into Big Damo and he outsmarted 3 of them basically, and then got the pin quickly and ran out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, he shouldn't. This early on with Insanity, he shouldn't be losing.
With no help or anything. At least
Yeah.
with Ty, they were getting out. He came out, didn't he? And
Yeah,
No Way
exactly.
Jose came out,
Exactly.
and he kind of evened it up a little bit. But to have one person who's not a particularly big guy or a dangerous guy beat essentially 3 people, bit of an
Yeah.
error that, innit, really?
You both still like Insanity as well.
I like Sanity, yeah.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
can't
Yeah, I like
connect with them yet. They feel like they're just trying too hard and it's not coming across natural at all.
You've decided that though now.
No,
I feel
even
like
now,
you've got.
I see some of them like they make the decision they're gonna make an angry, scary face, so they just grit their teeth.
What do you want them to do?
I don't know, but like if you look at I don't know, if you look at any of the top guys in WWE right now when they're angry, they're not going because that looks shit. Plus, that sounds like a pirate.
That was a bit pirate, yeah. Do you not think though, Bray Wyatt, when he's trying to look scary, does the scary laugh?
Yeah.
So that's his thing, isn't it? They're doing one thing, and that's how they're getting it across. So what Sanity's is like wide-eyed grr. Bray Wyatt's is I'm crazy, look.
Yeah, but I just feel like Bray does it in a more natural way, whereas
Do you think?
he laughs at stuff. Like he laughs at adversity. I feel like that.
I don't know. I know what you're saying, but I'd like. It's just how one person does it, isn't it? I just think it's.
Maybe.
I just think you've got a bit of TNA stigma with Eric Young. I think Eric Young's your problem.
I have a problem with Eric Young. But
I don't know. I just feel like if there was someone else in that leader role, you'd be more acceptable.
no, if anything, it was the other one. Like is it big? What's his name? The big guy.
Damo.
Damo.
Oh, he's Killian Dave.
He actually
Killian
looks
Damo.
like a woman.
He's got a beard.
But
What women are you hanging about with?
only the best kind.
I don't like him. I mean, I liked him from the first time I saw him in the entrance though, because I like the music. I
Yeah.
like the entrance. I just think they're cool. I like it, mate.
I liked him from the go as well. I liked it. Like the reveal was just like, look at that, that's Eric Young.
Mm.
And it was really cool. I really dig it. I think I said this to Tim. Well, me and Tim watched it together. You watched it separately.
Yeah, that's how I like to watch my wrestling.
Away from us two.
Yeah.
And I said to Tim, I said they look more threatening than the Wyatts ever did.
Oh, there you go.
No, like stood side by side, they look more of a threat than the Wyatts ever did.
Aside from the fact that the Wyatts had two 8 foot tall beasts, and Bray was fat and agile. It's not for me yet.
It's not for you. Yeah, there you go. Listen, I like how we're having different things today. JR was definitely in those.
Second match already. This actually, if they weren't, just not exactly a big spoiler alert, but if they weren't going to put the NXT Championship on last, there is a big debate that this maybe should have been the one that went on.
Well,
I understand why the last match did go on last,
yeah.
but the end quality of this match, this should have been the.
What's the match, Tim?
Sorry, it's Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate for the UK Championship.
When Adam told me this, that the that Rune and Itami wasn't going on last, my first thought was, oh my god, UK Championship's going on, that's brilliant.
Oh.
Nope. But I didn't like Tim, I understand why, and especially now. But yeah, it was
This
match
was
of the night.
This was one of my favourite. Yeah, out of the two, this is one of my two matches. Loved it. It was brilliant. It was same thing. These two wrestle each other all the time. They know exactly what they're doing. It was a brilliant match, and the crowd were proper into it, and I think that elevated it again.
And they weren't inappropriate. They weren't trying to get the attention for themselves.
They were loving it. It was respect from the crowd because they knew they were watching a great match, and it was nice that there was just a UK chant going on.
Yeah, I said that.
That
didn't
was
I?
cool.
It was such a cool thing.
It was a brilliant match. I had loads of good bits in it. Genuinely, and I knew Pete Dunne was going to win.
I felt it was probably time.
Because you would do, but even so, like both times, you think anyone could win this. It had so many good bits in it. Yeah, I loved it.
It was only 15 minutes.
You know what my favourite bit was
I
though?
thought it was longer than that.
When JR came out at the beginning
To commentate on that match, and he walked down that ramp.
Show me the video footage.
he was there.
Show me the video footage from Norwich.
Can't do that, I'm afraid.
I wish
But
I
JR
could
again on commentary, brilliant.
Yeah.
Took it up there again.
I was actually kind of a little bit excited for Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate to think that they're having a match of this magnitude and they're raising the bar and they get JR to commentate on. It was the match of the weekend, I think, but I think you said possible match of the year.
I reckon when we come to the end of the year, it will be one that that's in the conversation.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But have you two got any idea what, if there is one, what the official kind of definition of a 5-star match is? Because in the wrestling world, that is perfection, isn't it?
Yeah,
But-
very much.
So, was this it? Because for me, they didn't get anything wrong.
No, it didn't, and
They
that's
did
the
everything
thing. Like,
right. And I'm amazed that it was only 15 minutes. Absolutely.
Yeah,
amazed
I am
at
as well.
that.
Yeah.
Just seeing
I
that.
thought they had at least 20.
20-25 minutes.
Yeah.
I remember watching it thinking this is great, and a Fight Forever chant went up, and I hate chants like that when they go up because it's just
Yeah, but
I was like, yeah, fucking go for it.
do it.
I'm up for that.
Because they're actually managing to sell everything perfectly.
It was spot on. It was really good, and I'd spoke to someone who'd actually gone to a match with Progress Wrestling a couple of weeks before. I don't know if it was Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate. I'm not sure if it was them against each other, but Tyler Bate was definitely there, and he told me that it was awful. and he knows his wrestling. He really knows it. And he said it was just silly. They were overselling or they were underselling. He didn't sell anything and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know what had happened there, but
is that Progress product or?
It was. He said the whole show was bad, and that was like the worst part of it because he was expecting so much from it. From that, I don't know if he was getting picked on. He said it was shocking, but then this was outstanding.
Spot on. Also, can I bring up the fact? Why are you talking to other people about wrestling?
Because they know who was in that tag match. I don't know.
If you got another podcast,
I know the people outside the circle.
So,
it's a brilliant match. And Peter's the new champ.
Yes.
What do you think it lies in store for him going forward?
So much.
Do you think he's going to come on to the main shows a bit?
I hope so.
I don't know where you place it, but yeah, I hope so.
He definitely fits.
Do you have to be from the UK to win the UK Championship?
Yes.
I was
How much do you reckon that's going to go
thinking.
on for?
Well, I said this the other day when we were watching it, that if it were up to me, to start off with, I'd have them occasionally be on Raw, occasionally be on SmackDown, and if a feud builds up well enough, like if you use NXT to have the belt visible, then if a feud builds up well enough, you then put it on one of the main pay-per-views, maybe, and then from that point, you can start to have challengers who aren't British, aren't English, whatever, from UK. Don't give it to anyone who isn't English yet. But eventually, why not? Because the US Championship has been held by people who aren't American for ages, apart from John Cena and Roman Reigns. So there's no reason why not. But I reckon the UK deserved the belt, which is why they made it.
Yeah.
So for now, they need to keep the belt with them.
I really hope it doesn't go down the US belt route. I think that'll take a lot away from it. I think they've got a belt that only certain people can go for.
Yeah.
It's unique, and I think it gives it a bit more prestige.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's why it exists the way it does right now. So I wouldn't want to see it become the US belt soon, but if they can kind of loosen it a little bit in maybe a year or two. But what do you reckon? Where's
I was
it going?
posing the question.
Yeah.
I've answered everyone. Next match. I feel like I'm
What qualifies you to? Is it like your granddad? Like we're like playing for England.
Maybe it
Is
might
it
go
your
a bit
granddad
funny.
used to visit when Ronaldo there once, so
Yeah.
you get a title match. Is it gonna be like?
You might do that. I don't know. Could happen. What was next?
Next was kind of the Asuka versus Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross is another one that does that teeth grinding thing.
Because she's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but it just comes across like she's a normal person being crazy.
I think she's really good at it.
I really like her.
She's a terrible actor.
I think she's really good. She's crazy.
I think she's a good actress because I didn't know she was Scottish until last week.
Good point. Maybe she's not. We've only seen.
Maybe she's just putting on that accent.
Maybe she's just bonkers.
Maybe. I really like her. I think
You need a woman who's crazy, because all the other women are the same.
What do you mean? Because Ruby Riott's fucking.
Well, she came after Nikki Cross, didn't she? But at the Nikki Cross came out, I was like, who the fuck is this? She's small, she hangs around with these nutters, and she's more nuts than all three of them. I thought it was brilliant. And it's not like she's like Eric Young's the leader, but Nikki Cross can go off and do her own thing. She's doing her own thing against the women. I think she's great, mate.
Well, I'd really like to see her.
I'd put her on the main roster, mate. I think she's great.
I agree. What I'd really like to see, and I don't think they do it because I don't think they pay this much attention to detail, is at the next NXT or whatever, have Nikki Cross berate them three for losing and kind of make it like, well, they lost because they didn't have her there, and maybe she is the brains of this operation, and just flip that dynamic a little bit. Have this woman as a leader.
That'd be quite cool to see. That'd be something different. I think it's good that she's a part of it, because like going back to the Wyatts, what's been the ongoing thing with them? It's like, I wonder if there is a Sister Abigail. Who would Sister Abigail be? Blah 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 blah. With Sanity, you've got the crazy woman who's part of it. She's in there with him, doing it all. She gets stuck in. She has a go. She's not scared of anyone. She jumps off the top rope. She does all the shit. She puts herself about. What do you like about her?
She's a bad actor.
She's really good. I think she's great. She's the best actor out of all the women in wrestling.
Oh, jeez.
Who's better than her?
Well, there aren't many that are really doing a character at this point.
Exactly.
But that's not just proof that she's the best. I just mean, like, if anything, that statement means, well, she's the only one, so by default she's the best.
But that means she's different though, doesn't it? She could come out and just be a heel woman in this group, but instead, she's like doing something.
I appreciate the effort. It needs work though, because
It's not for you.
it just I'm only seeing a normal person trying to be creepy. I'm not being dragged into it.
I think we might have to have that wrestling talk with Tim again.
No, I'd like there are certain things that Bray does. Even Bray Wyatt, who
He can teleport.
well, no, yeah, things like that are just completely dumb. But Bray Wyatt doing a promo, even though he hasn't won a significant match ever, and he's been there for about 60 years now, even then he can come out and say, "I'm in control now," and the way he says it, makes me buy into it.
Do you still believe it now? He hasn't won a match in 60 years.
I think that's a booking thing that's fucked
Yeah.
up, but I think Bray is doing his job very well. I think he is a good actor, and I think he's doing those things right. She'll get there. I'm not saying she's completely shit and she never will, but I'm saying there's a reason she's on NXT and not on Raw yet.
That's a fair point. NXT is there to polish
That's
them.
no point, yeah.
It's not the completed product yet, are they?
Very, very, very good that you've got someone who's got the balls, actually doesn't, but, well, I haven't seen, anyway, who's doing something like that on NXT, because if she does actually find something and get the ball rolling with that, really, then once that gets onto Raw or SmackDown, it's going to be huge. So, yeah.
Okay.
Then the match started.
Asuka won again.
Rightly so, because neither of these two deserves the women's belt yet.
Maybe.
And she pinned both of them, which I loved.
I thought it was awful. It was awful, that. What are we doing with the women on NXT?
They're clearly building Emma Moon. They decided.
Yeah,
Emma
she
Moon's
were
gonna be
trying
the-
to, yeah.
Yeah, and then she got injured, but
See, that,
she's the only person left.
but last time Asuka fought the people, she had that 4-way or 3-way, whatever it was, when she beat
Kay.
all that lot, and Nikki Cross and them. She didn't pin 2 people at once. She escaped with it. That was not she escaped with it because the others got, I think Nikki put someone through a table or something like that, and it went a bit like that, and she just about escaped with it. Fair enough, you overcame the odds there, you got away with it. Then she beat Ember Moon by pushing the ref into the rope. Bit of a heelish thing. They're showing that in a character, aren't they now? She's getting away with stuff. Then she just pins 2 people at once. She hasn't just got away with it. You've actually physically put her on top of the pile, on top of 2 other people. I thought it was awful to do that.
I think, from my perspective, you've got Asuka, who is massively way above everybody, and she's ready to get promoted, but it would be better and more entertaining for us if they do it as part of the storyline. So, while they're building Ember Moon up, they've got Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross, who wouldn't have been in a title match if it weren't for the fact that Ember Moon got injured, I don't think. Unless they were going to do something like this, where it got a bit screwy, I don't know. But they weren't ready for that, so it makes sense to give them the exposure, give them the experience now, and just make Asuka look better and better and better. Because then if at some point Ember Moon, I don't know, screws her out of the championship, or something like that, or you just have Asuka beat Ember Moon again, and then demand a promotion. Like, I want Charlotte when she eventually wins that belt, or I don't think she's going to call out Alexa Bliss, wouldn't make sense. But they probably overcooked Asuka in this position. She should have been promoted ages ago.
I think they've messed it up a little bit because there's no point in any other woman having a go. If I get the fact that you build her up, but you got to do it for so long, and then you got to either move them on or do something, and that's what I thought they were doing. I thought they were turning her a little bit. She's getting too big for a boot. That's the way you do it. She's
cheating to win.
She's getting consumed by this title. She's got to cheat to win, even if she might win it herself. She's got to cheat because she's got to just have a beat. To the I know it is Ember Moon really, and I agree. I don't think these two would have got the shot, but for the purpose of this, they are the two number one contenders for this title.
Yeah.
To just literally pin them both, I was like, well, what's the point then? If she's just gonna, what are we doing? We're not really getting anywhere. And when she does leave, it's gonna be like starting from literally the beginning, and everyone's you're all shit. The good ones left, so you can do what you want. I feel like they've messed it up.
I think that's why it's good that they put the other two in this match and they get that experience. I don't know, I'm clutching a little bit because I'm just trying to find a way for that to not happen. Because Asuka has to go soon, but whether she builds everyone up around her and then relinquishes the belt and goes, or she manages to build Ember Moon up in that feud to the point where it's believable that Ember Moon eventually beats her, but it's a very slow build.
It's going to be even slower if she's injured as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tedious.
I didn't dislike the match at all. I thought it was alright.
It held my
Was
attention at
it
the
okay?
end.
There were a few moments though where I thought, oh, that was shit. Can't remember specifics. I think you pointed out a few as well though.
Yeah, it wasn't a great start. Like the last 5 minutes or so before the ending, we were like, oh, okay, it's the ratchet on now.
Yeah, there were just a few clunky moments probably in the first 5 minutes or so. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bobby Roode and Hideo Itami for the NXT Championship.
I was surprised when they didn't come out last, so I got to that and I texted you two and said, this isn't on last.
4th out of only 5 matches. It was a good show.
It was really
It's a
good.
good match.
This match,
I'm waiting with bated breath here to see what he says.
Tyler baited. Oh.
I went for a piss. and I could have paused it, because I have that facility on my television, to pause it while I went for the piss, and then so I wouldn't miss anything, I'd come back. And in my mind, only for 5 seconds or so, I was like, shall I pause it? Made the decision that I wasn't going to miss anything. I didn't really give a shit, and I went for a piss.
Did you miss Itami's back heel miss? Did you miss him missing?
Quite possibly, yeah, because I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was quite early on in the match as well. So he did his signature, you know, where he's like steps over him and then swipes back.
Okay, yeah.
Completely fucking missed it.
Did it? No, yeah, I didn't see that.
He went for it the set. No, he kind of went for the sweep kick, missed, and then just kind of backwards stomped on him. And he almost, like the way he put his arms out, it was almost like he was apologising for it, because everyone was like, oh, you fucked up, that's awkward. Yeah. If anything, probably the gesture he made that was kind of apologetic, that kind of made it alright for me. At least he fessed up. It wasn't.
Yeah.
He didn't just try and cover it up. Like I meant to do it, because that wouldn't have worked.
No. What are your thoughts on Itami in general?
He needs to not be injured for a bit and build
Yeah.
back up.
Yeah, that would be nice, and to go more than match. He's a good, accomplished wrestler, and he's done a lot in Japan. This anyway, there's not much to him.
Do you feel that the day Shinsuke Nakamura signed, he must have gone, for fuck's sake?
A little bit, yeah.
Because what's the point in him if you've got Shinsuke Nakamura? This sounds really bad, and I'm obviously labelling the two Japanese guys in the same sort of thing here.
I don't.
But they're both supposed to be these hard-hitting, so good in Japan kind of
Yeah.
people, and one of them's really entertaining and
He's
charismatic,
just-
who's a bit
yeah,
nuts,
But cool.
but cool, and
The crowd love it, great theme tune,
Yeah.
looks the part. I still think he looks a bit weird, but he looks the part.
And then you've got this other guy who's got pretty generic Japanesey music. He comes out in shit trunks, in my book.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's unfair to.
Not arsed.
It's not so much that it's a Japanese thing, but it is a style thing. So they're of the same breed in that respect.
Mm.
And what Nakamura's done with it is just infinitely more entertaining.
It's like comparing Pete Dunne to Dan Maloney.
Fucking Dan.
Dan.
Just put the sunglasses on, Dan, for fuck's sake.
This wasn't a terrible match. It was just a bit
well executed, but because we don't really give a shit about it, you didn't give a shit about
And that's the reason. That's why he came out. I watched him come out. Bobby Roode came out. They had that big piano thing going on.
I thought that was so bad.
I still sing along to his music. I don't give a shit.
The music's alright. I didn't like the piano thing. It was.
I wanted him to come out and play it like Tom Hanks.
That's what I thought. Yes, that would have been brilliant. That's exactly what I thought. If it had just laid out across the stage and he'd just come out in his robe and just twinkle toes up and down,
and it finishes with a knee slide.
Yeah, glorious. That would have been so good. Why aren't we booking this shit? Yeah, I didn't really care. I knew he was going to win. I'm glad he did. I almost missed the finish because I started fast forwarding it after I'd gone back from a bit.
Really?
I didn't give a shit.
Did not give a shit. Rumour is that the time he's going 2:05.
Oh really?
So the wrestler we don't give a shit about is
I bet
going
Akira Tozawa's gone, for fuck's sake. Saying that, joking aside, Akira Tozawa is infinitely more entertaining than Hideo Itami. So
yeah.
So I need, based on the next match.
Yeah. The main event.
We need to go back and listen to podcasts that we've done in the last probably 5 or so.
No, I'll get to this. I'll let him have this because I already know I'm going to hit him.
Just what I want to point out, when we were talking about, I think it was probably after
the triple threat match, maybe.
No, it was it will have been because we were talking about who's going to get promoted, and it definitely came up around that time that I said DIY is the only team that makes any sense to go up because they're defined characters as individuals. But it would make sense to break them up. And I swear you two both were just like, nah, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
Nobody wanted it to happen.
I think,
probably. I think
it's a bit of both. We didn't want it to happen, and they were well-established teams. They had a t-shirt, they had music, and
yeah. But for what it's worth, fuck yeah,
it worked.
But it's going to be great as well.
And it is going to be good as well.
The thing is, and I remember us saying that DIY have got to go up at some point. Revival and DIY, they're the good teams. We want them up. When it finished and the result of what happened, in my mind, I breathed a little bit of a sigh of relief because I think DIY are too good as a team to be on the main roster. How mental does that sound?
Explain.
They're too good. They're better than every other. For me, they're better than every other tag team that there is on the main. What they're going to do? Go to SmackDown like American Alpha did and just disappear. Have shit, pointless matches against shit people that you don't care about. With no, don't do that. Put them on Raw where. What are they going to do? Fight Gallows and Anderson every week? Or the Revival again? No, don't put them up because... And I think things about maybe a couple of other people in hindsight, like, wouldn't it have been good if they'd stayed on NXT?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that about quite a few people at the minute because I'm so disillusioned. As listen to the previous podcast, I'm getting disillusioned. So I was like, yeah, don't send them up because they'll fuck them up on the main roster.
You know what I'm thinking now as well, as much as they were a great tag team, and yeah, they might get back together at some point, but the way that we've been looking at the whole kind of World Championship, the NXT Championship, and that division, I'm looking at either of these guys as being perfect candidates for being champion one day.
Do you think that's one of the reasons why they did it? Because it is, like we said at the start of the talk about the takeover, like NXT's gone a little bit, who's Bobby Roode's next contender going to be against? Who's really going to have a go? These two are proven people now, proven characters. They've not put on a bad match ever, so why not give them a go?
Well, if that's why they've done it, then it's serendipitous because it makes perfect sense. It's perfect timing. They both deserve a little bit of a go as singles competitors. Maybe face some other people at some point, but the feud they're going to have is going to be fantastic.
Is it, or is it going to result in awesome matches that you think are too real and ultimately shit because they're too good? I don't know, but if you listen to a few podcasts from a while ago...
This is an issue, this. Because you two were giving me shit about this when we weren't recording a while back, and I thought, you're winding me up, I thought this was just a joke, but like, for fuck's sake. You can't kick someone in the head 20 times and then kick someone in the head as a finisher. Because I think, well, why didn't the first one, or the second one, or the 17th one work? It was a great match, for fuck's sake.
Yes! Fucking yeah.
It was too much, but it was a very good match.
What did you think of this match? The match.
The actual match.
It was exactly 20 minutes long. The first 10 minutes weren't necessary.
They were just kind of throwing themselves around about.
Very slow build, and
It's a slow build.
yeah, but because of the slow build, it felt like they, as far as the story goes, they were kind of built as complete equals. Whereas I think in a ladder match, you've either got to put the smaller guys over in the first 5 to 10 minutes by being high flying and quick, or you put the big guys over in the first 5 to 10 by being brutes and being strong. But it was completely even, and they didn't really do anything high flying or anything really vicious, or it was just like a wrestling match with some ladders in it. And last 10 minutes were great. A couple of high spots.
Dangerous, horrible,
Yeah.
high spots.
They both fucked that up. They both jumped too far.
Ciampa got away with it.
He did. But Gargano,
He didn't. No.
neither of them needed to jump.
No, they should have just dropped
just
off.
dropped.
Gracefully.
They didn't get. But you're hyped up, aren't you? Like,
Shit. Gargano could have killed himself.
Yeah, he could have. He actually could have done. See, this was polar opposites for me from the previous match, the Bobby Roode match, where I was like, oh, I'll just go for a piss. I couldn't take my eyes off it. I know he's saying about the slow build, maybe what.
Didn't make it bad.
No, yeah.
To be clear, right?
But I was just like, because I was in my head, I've sat down and gone, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So I've sat down and I'm just like, right, okay, the bit there on that side, bit on that side. I liked the fact that they were having a good go. I felt like the ladder was an equaliser sort of thing.
Yeah.
I had one problem with the match. By the way, this is my second awesome match. Loved it. I'm going to talk about it in December because I thought it was brilliant. And this is just, it's a very small minor thing, and it's an organisation kind of thing. They didn't put the belts up high enough for me because Authors of Pain are huge bastards.
Yeah, that's fair enough, you know.
Right?
That's a good point.
So DIY, obviously, you got to climb the ladder to reach up. Because the belts I didn't think were high enough, it was. I know they do the slow ladder climb and
this
stuff
is a very
like
good
that.
point.
Yeah.
And so there was quite a bit of Authors of Pain. You put one foot on the ladder, and then it was literally like.
I didn't know why they were doing that, and it was pissing me off. But
Because
that's it.
you've got to show that, but because they weren't high enough, if they took two more steps up that ladder, thanks, they would have got them. And it was the one, and why not put them higher up? Because that way, when they're hanging on at the end, you can. It's a bit. Yeah. It was just. I don't know why they weren't a bit higher. No, 6 foot higher, something like that. Maybe not even 6 feet, 3 feet higher.
Yeah, even 2 or 3 would have been plenty. I didn't think
that was my one thing. So there you go. But I loved the match. I loved it.
Did they not need them that low to then do the final spot?
Maybe, but for that one little bit,
not as low.
I think them two, Gargano and Ciampa, if you'd pulled them down, they could have dropped onto the shoulders. If you pull them by the leg, you could. They're good enough, so you could catch them in a powerbomb and do it.
They could have jumped down.
Because they literally just went like that, put them on the shoulders.
Yeah.
If you pull them by a foot, they could have landed easily on there. So that was my own little thing, but I thought it was fucking brilliant.
I really liked the way everyone booed at the end. Because
they were fuming.
It felt, though, like they were booing the heels. It didn't feel like Roman Reigns has won again.
Oh, no, it wasn't that.
It felt like good well-earned
we
boos.
don't like you. We don't
We
need to
love
win.
these
we love
two
these
guys.
We want them to win, so we're booing you.
Yeah.
And not because they cheated, and not because of anything else, just because we like this team better.
And because, even though I think, I thought they might believe, I didn't think they were going to win. I thought they were going to maybe, I didn't think what was going to happen. We'll get to a minute. But I thought that might be the last match, they'll lose, they'll move up. That's what I was thinking might happen. And they'll get the wave off at the end, that's why it was on last. But then, as I was watching it, as it went in probably into the second half, I was like, they might do this. They got me in again. I was like, when they put his head in the ladder and they super kicked, and they both kicked. I was like, might do it.
Can I point out something about that spot?
Not if it makes you sound like a smug bastard.
It's worse than Roman Reigns' bulletproof vest, that.
What?
Because he's got a solid steel helmet with a good,
you're a solid steel helmet.
with a good 3 or 4 inches either side of his head, protecting him from the kicks.
No, and they kicked that metal into his neck and head.
It's big fat neck.
If you kick it from one side, the ladder moves and hits him.
I think you'll find they did it purposely, so it went bang, bang.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my
now
god.
It's okay.
It was horrific. What about the shot? This made me shout out loud. Where Johnny Gargano took the ladder right in the face when he pushed Ciampa out of the way, and then he took the ladder shot, not hand up, not turn to the side, all in the fucking face. It was awesome.
I've got to give him credit as well, though. From a wrestling perspective, taking the big flat surface onto the flattest part of your face, still going to hurt like a motherfucker, by the way. I'm not taking that away from him, but that's the sensible thing to do, so that it doesn't hurt you as much as it could. The way that he sold it by throwing his head back made it look like he'd taken it in the chin.
I thought he was dead.
But that would have meant, the way his head snapped back, if it actually hit him in the chin and that happened, he'd be concussed and he could have killed him.
Yeah, it flattened up.
Sold it
was
absolutely
awesome
spot on.
for me.
So good.
Yeah.
When they power bombed one of them through the ladder, that was
It
good.
just turned to dust.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
It was so
I loved it. And then they lost, and I was heartbroken, and I was up. Thank you, DIY. And the little thing came up at the bottom, I think.
The go
home
WWE
little
network sign or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like,
And I glanced away. Because I was like, I really enjoyed that takeover. I think I picked my phone. I might have been ready to text you.
I was waiting because I knew what had happened before I actually saw that, sadly. So when I was watching it with Jay, I was expecting him at any point to just go, alright, that was good, and get up to go.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like, I'm saying nothing.
Because I didn't hear it, but then I heard the crowd on the TV. Just I looked up and he's putting him into the set, and my mouth it's only done that one other time. Festival of Friendship. I was like, I was just like,
it was executed perfectly.
oh, what?
Absolutely perfectly.
You notice Ciampa said something like, "Let's do this." Just he had his arm around him, didn't he? And he said something like, "Let's do this," and then he dragged him and.
I would have glanced away.
Weren't exactly those words, but it was something to that effect.
It was
that
so
makes it cooler for me.
executed.
It was awesome. I was because I was like mortified.
Yeah, me too. There's a picture of me on the Triple Threat.
Yeah, it's a red day.
On the Triple Threat
Instagram, in shock.
I couldn't believe it. And then, but it was good as well because you think, okay, he's just thrown him into that. No, now he's gonna beat him up a little bit. Now he's taking him onto the table, off the table, through the other tables, and then.
Yes.
He just sat there.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah.
DIY have provided me with some great moments, and even in there, the final bit, I thought it was fucking brilliant.
The thing is, they're going to provide us with even more moments because there's no way this feud isn't going to be awesome.
They're going to provide me and you with some great moments.
Yeah,
someone's going to fucking hate this.
It'll be too hard hitting.
Well, they used to care about each other and now they don't. No, this is terrible. This would never happen. He's kicked him in the face. Why? Why kick him in the face when you can just kick him in the nuts? This makes no sense. And now we've got this feud. This can run and run.
I was about to offer an olive branch then, say now DLI's look, and we stop giving him shit about him saying
We could do.
he hated that CWC match.
I don't think he really hated it. I think he just was like, yeah.
I think he really regrets saying that.
I should do.
Not at all.
No, it will be really good. So that is my other second. That was my other the UK Championship match. That match. I at the moment I'm planning on bringing them up again in the future. I think they were fucking brilliant. Loved them.
Yeah. As a takeover, what's it get out of 10?
8.
I'll go 8.5.
You're going that high? Let me have a look. What matches are we looking at here?
Just spoke about them.
Yeah, no, just remind myself.
We
Looking
only had
back,
5 matches,
I
and
think-
only the Oscar one was rubbish. Well, not rubbish, but just
that's
not.
still that's.
Actually,
Think of the women's championship.
I might
Think
beat
of
with.
Roderick Strong
I went for a piss in the title match.
and Eric Young, and that's 3 matches that were like, okay, yeah, you've got.
It had 2 of my favourite matches in it. That's what I'm
that's
going
what's
off.
It's going to push it up. Same way that you'd think of the fucking amazing Sasha and Charlotte matches and Bailey matches.
Yeah.
That they were the ones that escalated certain shows, but there's probably nothing else on there. I think 8's a bit high.
8.5 is silly, isn't it?
Mental.
I really love those matches though, and this is what annoys me with main roster pay-per-views.
Which we'll come to in a second.
Yeah, I can count on one hand how many times it's finished and I've gone, fucking yes, that was brilliant. And it doesn't always have to be good, but whatever your final moment is of a pay-per-view, that's what you take home with you, and that's what's tricked me. That's what's conned me into it, maybe.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I've
disagree
gone.
a lot
That's
about Backlash.
that's fucking
The
brilliant.
show as a whole was brilliant, and there was so much. There was variety on there.
Which show?
And
It wasn't brilliant. That's what I'm saying.
No, I
It
think
wasn't
I
a
think it
brilliant
was.
show. It
I
had 2 brilliant matches on, and then 3 average ones.
And the average ones add up to, by the way, about half an hour.
I'm going to change to 7.5 because I did love those other 2 matches that much.
I'm going to stick strong with 8. I think it was a really good show. I think it had variety, and the bad matches weren't terrible.
They were. No, they were.
No,
They were. There was no terrible match.
And just everything. And again, you get that shocker at the end. And
Oh yeah,
it was
that's
just a very well booked show. I think even like from the start, the Roddy Strong Sanity thing was booked well and got you excited. And
I'm saying 7.
I go 7.5.
Only not going higher because what we're basically talking about is 2 out of 5 matches were good. So they were great, fair enough, but anyway. Shall we talk about the Backlash?
We can talk about it.
I think we're
should
going
we
to
have a break? Because we.
Do you need a break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do on your break?
Play a piss.
Okay, interesting.
We're staying on YouTube.
We'll stay on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's going to go for a
YouTube's
piss. I'm going to fill up my water. Tim's going to get it all organised.
Tim.
Always
Tim might
organising.
want to make another coffee for me as well. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll be back.
So yeah, if you're there on the podcast, it's just going to be a bit of a gap of it, and then we're going to be like, hi.
No,
If you're on YouTube,
no,
you're
he's
gonna
going to edit it. We can't have all this shit in the middle of the podcast.
But on
You
YouTube,
need to entertain. If you're sitting there, you have to entertain.
I'm not going to sit there. I'm going to go for a piss, and
Oh.
they can't see that bit. Sorry, YouTube.
Let's
but you
not
can't see
take
that.
forever though, eh?
No. This is going to be a short, quick burst.
So if you I'm not even on it yet. So, yeah, YouTube, what do you think of the table? So, basically what we thought is, instead of us just lounging around, it is still that little laid-back kind of vibe sort of thing going on, but we just thought, got a table, it just seems a bit more professional, it seems like we've got a bit of purpose, quite a nice thing with us all sitting around it. That was the plan behind the table. We chose round. Don't know if that's controversial or not, we just thought it'd be quite nice to sit around a table.
It's pretty big as well.
Yeah. Let us know what you think though. Comment on YouTube. Get us on Twitter. We told you all that stuff before. I can't remember it. Instagram. Get us on there. Sometimes we put pictures up. Get on Facebook if you would like to. Tim sometimes does little videos on there, which are interesting. If you're weird, I suppose. Backlash we're going to be talking about in a second when he comes back. If you want to get involved in the Backlash chat, again, get on there, send us some stuff, favourite matches, things you enjoyed, things you think we should talk about. If you've got any questions for us, we could always answer some questions maybe, that'd be quite cool.
Yeah.
Ask a question, we'll try and answer it. I don't know really, just feeling really while he's having a piss. What do you think of the t-shirt? Let us know about that. So it says on the front, it says Triple Threat Club Wrestling Podcast. Obviously we are just a Triple Threat Club podcast. Tim added wrestling. Why did you decide to put wrestling in the middle?
Shameless advertising, I think.
For wrestling?
Well, no.
As a sporting
No, it's just
entertainment?
if I'm walking along the street and someone sees this,
Yeah.
that I
Are
immediately
you wearing it
go,
outside?
Fuck yeah!
Oh.
Wearing it proudly.
Back everyone.
I immediately goes to wrestling,
Movements here.
and then
Yeah.
you see podcast,
Yeah.
and then you look a bit closer and you see the name of it, so then you go looking for it. If it just says Triple Threat Club Podcast, you don't necessarily know it's wrestling.
True. And then on the back, we've
back.
got, it just says, save it for the podcast. So there you go.
Just a little inside joke for you lot.
Our inside joke there of don't say, good stuff when we're not live, because what's the fucking point in that?
Don't fucking talk to your friends
Yeah,
and shit. Don't do
save
that.
it for the podcast, because that's what pays the bills, really. Right?
And if you buy that t-shirt, then
What?
we're paying some bills as well.
We need the cash. So, are you having a drink? Is Tim making you a coffee?
I think he's
Take
sticking
fuck-
there.
I'll get you some water. It'll take forever to make him a coffee.
Yeah, he's not making it. I think he straight away decided he wasn't making that coffee.
Yes.
He resented me for even suggesting it. I mean, he might be a great podcast host, but hosting a party is rubbish.
I just gotta be honest.
Are you getting in the water or not even that?
No, he's not
I
good.
can
Not even that.
get you some water if you want.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
You
so
I'd
that
rather-
concludes the shit interlude. Tim, we're going to get going.
Let's do it. And we're back.
We are back on the Triple Threat Club Wrestling Podcast. All those other people who've tuned in for the Triple Threat Club Gardening Podcast, fuck off.
That's next week.
Gardening?
But do you know what?
Go on.
I've had to learn about gardening in my job, and it's.
Tell the nice people what your job is, because there is no need to know what fucking about gardening. Go on.
I run a restaurant.
No need. Don't need a garden. I ain't got one.
But
Do
it
you- do you-
has got a garden.
Right.
Are you growing the produce, the food that you sell?
No, but I do have to grow grass and maintain it.
Okay.
This is something different now.
I know, this is above my pay grade.
Is this a weed business?
Growing
You're having
grass.
to grow grass.
No, it's not a weed business, no. It's
Why'd you
You're
have
not
to do
even
that?
smoking it.
Why'd you have to grow grass for your business?
because there's a garden at the back that didn't have grass.
Right.
So
Have you been put in charge of the grass growing?
well, not the growing, I didn't seed it or anything like that, but I've had to maintain it and water it, make sure it grows every day and monitor its progress.
I feel like that you should have somebody to do this. What are those people called? Fucking gardeners!
I
No?
am a jack of all trades.
Master of none.
I will turn my hand to anything.
Interesting story on gardening. Came out of my house.
Not a
Shit,
good.
this is the gardening podcast.
Came out of my house to come here, and my next door neighbour, they have like gardeners who come and do the front garden because they're fancy. And it was a young lady who was doing the garden. Must have been 20 something. She's obviously out all day gardening. Brilliant tan. She had a little black vest. She looked like Lara Croft. She had like a black vest on, these little black shorts, while she was doing the streaming up and down side. It was brilliant. I wasn't expecting it. Came out of my house and I was just, no, there was no punchline.
I really thought there was going to be
No.
one, but it was just like, oh, she was fit.
She was so hot, and I'd never seen a hot gardener before in my life. Never seen one.
I mean, Charlie Dimmock wasn't hot for you.
Charlie Dimmock was pretty hot in a day, yeah.
Was she hot, or
No.
was she just like not
No.
wearing a bra?
Was she just like you get a fit teacher, but it's the only one who's below 30?
Yeah.
Miss Taylor. REMPA.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Should we talk about Backlash?
You weren't in our RE class, were you?
No,
It was brilliant.
I wasn't allowed in Harry.
Non-believer.
I actually thought, by the way, segue, I thought Jinder, when he was making his promo on Backlash, saying that he was going to turn all the haters and the non-believers into believers, I was fully expecting his promo to end with, believe that. But then I thought, oh, that's not his. He can't do that.
That'd be a way to get heat though, wouldn't it? Just start getting Roman Reigns.
Would it, or would everyone just go,
Yeah, it's just like, you robbed it. Well done. Take it from
what
him.
else can we take from him?
Just come out dressed as him next time, because we're gonna let you get over with that look. Just not Roman.
Let's talk about Backlash.
Missed the pre-show. Did you watch the pre-show?
I watched the match on the pre-show. I watched the match.
Ty versus Aiden, which we've already seen. We knew the result.
Seen it lots of times. It was the same match. It went a little bit longer than usual because Ty had been proper squashing him on SmackDown. Went a little bit longer in, got a bit of it offense in, and but then he lost and Ty won, and everyone went like this. He gave everything happened exactly what you wanted to happen.
Yeah.
I love his entrance. It's great. I like how he just stomps around when he gets in the ring.
I
It's
know.
really weird. I don't know why he does it, but it's great.
It's great. I wish I stomped around that in my front room.
I can imagine. Aiden English sang a little bit as well, which I can it pisses people off. So fair play in a good way.
Yeah.
I think yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, he's a bad guy. He's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite good. It was fine.
It's just, it was what it was.
Yep. Didn't watch the rest of it.
Do you guys know what Renee was wearing?
She's married now. I don't give a shit.
She's off the table now.
Cheers. Round table.
It's the opening match of the main show. Ziggler comes out, and then
I didn't think this was going to be first.
No?
No, but
I was worried you might put it on last.
retrospective, it does make sense. Because it gets the crowd up.
It does.
You wouldn't want to just stick it in the middle of the card. I don't think there's any logic in putting it out last, unless we can talk about the result. Unless the result goes differently. But what I was going to say, the reaction that Nakamura got when his music came on, fucking great.
It was always going to be, wasn't it?
Yeah.
People loved him.
People love him, he's charismatic.
Yeah, I was probably maybe a little bit concerned that people would respond like, yeah, it's Nakamura.
There was only one person in that audience who responded like that. And they didn't. It was Hideo Itami. He just went.
Yeah, but the reaction was great, the entrance was great, obviously. The match, I thought, was as good as I expected it was going to be. I did think it was pretty good. It wasn't like a 5-star
So, some podcasts
big deal.
Go on.
were hyping this match up and say it was going to be a barn burner, I think the word was used.
We said it might steal the show, didn't we?
No, I think we said it was going to be good, but I don't think we at
did.
any point we got carried away saying it was going to be amazing, earth-shattering, anything like that. It was a good, solid match. I think we expected a good, solid match, and we expected Ziggler to sell for Shinsuke and put him over, which is exactly what happened.
I didn't think it was anywhere near as good as it should have been. I thought it was very average. I wasn't excited by any of it. I watched it and it was a good match because everything was, because they're good people, aren't they? But I didn't give a shit. It was very underwhelming for me.
What was missing from this for me was any indication of what comes next, except that, like, yeah, you're saying Ziggler put Nakamura over, but is that really what needs to be happening at this point? It should be the other way around. If Ziggler's actually going to lose this match, Nakamura being the experienced international sensation that he is, yeah, it's his first SmackDown match. So fucking what? Like, if Dolph Ziggler's going to lose here, Nakamura should have made him look stronger than he did.
I think he did. I thought my problem with it was Shinsuke Nakamura had been going up against Samoa Joe and just about winning sometimes but losing other times, all that kind of stuff. He just about beat Dolph Ziggler, I thought. I was a bit like, oh.
It didn't feel like he tried that hard, though. It seemed to me like what, it was nearly 16 minutes long. The first half of this match was mostly Ziggler, but it didn't seem like Nakamura was really fighting out of it too much, like he was really struggling to get back into it or struggling to put any offense on. It just seemed like he was going along with it, and then he turned it on and won. Like, he could have done that at any moment.
Maybe.
On the commentary, they were trying to tell a
He
story.
had an injury, didn't he?
Yeah,
they were trying to make it sound like one. Sorry.
They were trying to sell a story of that Ziggler is the veteran here. Like, Ziggler's won world titles. He's done it. I think he said the words. He's done it all.
Yeah.
And they were trying to make it out like he was the veteran and Nakamura was
The newbie.
the newbie who's got to step up to the plate and match Ziggler. And
It's wrong.
yeah, when we, anything more than a casual fan knows that's not the way
Yeah.
it is at all. Ziggler had to get up to his level. And didn't.
No, so this was a stepping stone for Nakamura, and I think that's why it wasn't a better match, because I don't think he put very much into it.
I just didn't like
There
it.
was a
Like,
couple of, at the end where it's
Wasn't a
alright.
bad
There's a couple of
match,
nice
but-
reversals and a couple of misses, and
Yeah, you still got two very good performers there, so it wasn't a bad match by any means.
it was a very good opening match for WWE. I think.
Huge match, if you really think about it. It
Yeah,
wasn't,
that's
it
why
didn't
I was
live up
like,
to it. But, anywho, so Kinshasa dropped Nakamura 1.
I'm just glad it's done with now. I want Nakamura to come out tonight and just, I want the belt. And I just want that to
Yeah,
do the thing.
probably logical.
What the hell am I talking about?
Don't fucking give it away. Next up, the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I said in the last podcast that the Breezango, I'm not knocking it, wait for it. I'm saying good things.
Go on.
I'm saying Breezango, it's kind of ridiculous, but I'm starting to get it.
Yeah.
They're starting to get over with me.
Mm.
What they're lacking is bringing some character into the ring. They only went and fucking did it. One of the matches of the night.
It was fucking great. It was really great. The second I realised they were going silly, I was like, alright, well, they're not winning.
Yeah.
So that threw that out of the equation. But because it was so entertaining, I was like, I'm fine with this. This is
I
funny.
don't think we really
I
thought they were
want
going to
them
win
to-
anyway, did we?
I thought they might have rolled it out.
You wanted them to, but I don't.
See, yeah, it happened exactly how I would have done it, and that very rarely happens because we said before, like on the last one, because we were starting to like it, weren't we? You were just like hanging on a little bit. Let's see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So and then we were saying, well, we can't have them win if they're going to be silly, because then it cheapens the belts or whatever you want to call it and all that kind of stuff. And we're liking the Usos at the minute and all that kind of stuff. So the Usos won, and the match was silly. For me, that's fine. So you're building up their characters, you're letting them do a load of funny stuff to get people on board with it, and it sounded like the crowd were loving it. And I would have them win the belts down the line, because we said about Slater and Rhino when they gave it them, and people were loving it, and they gave them the belt straight away, and it shit on it, and that was the end. If they do a really slow one with this, let them be funny, let them build this up, let them do that, and then there'll be a time a little bit further down the line where they stop being funny. They have to get serious in order to win it.
But within characters.
Yeah, still doing that. You build it all up, but we have to do this. But we're still going to be our characters, but we're going to take it a little bit more seriously, and that's when you give it them.
Yeah.
And if you do it over a period of time, I reckon Survivor Series, I think I said it before, it's a long time, but bring it up. If they win it at Survivor Series, I would fucking love that. Because it was funny.
It was so funny.
I know some people didn't like it that I've watched, and
really?
yeah, they weren't getting it, I don't think.
It's exactly where
It was
the
perfectly done, I
second
thought.
match of the night. It's the bottom of the card, really. This is exactly what it needed to be. And did you notice one of the Usos when Tyler Breeze came onto the side of the ring with the old woman costume on? One of the Usos.
He could not.
He cracked
guy
up.
was in the ring.
He
He cracked up. He
could
could
not
not keep
laugh.
a straight face. The other one
managed it. He was
managed
like,
it. He was just like he was shouting and trying to be nasty. The other was just like.
It's so fucking
But that's why it's
ridiculous.
good that it was the Usos, because of how they've been going at each other, and the Usos have been funny in their own way. I've
Yeah.
loved them on Talking Smack and in their promos and all that kind of. They're funny as well. It just seemed like such fun. That imagine when they were planning that, and he was like, "What if I come out as the janitor, and what if I come out as an old lady?" Well, no, come on, no wait, this will be funny.
This was maybe my only issue, that you could kind of tell whoever's idea it was, you can tell where it came from and when it came on, because we'd already seen that video.
And they made pace to show it again, just to remind
Yeah,
everyone.
but for me, if they'd have had the foresight, which fair enough. 2020, you have a different video on Raw, and then
SmackDown.
Sorry, on SmackDown, and then the video that comes out when he's dressed as the janitor. That's a new thing for Backlash. Then he comes out dressed as that. Because
Okay,
either
maybe.
that or maybe just film a different skit where he's still wearing that costume, because it felt a bit shit that it was the same one.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I did wonder. I was like, why? Because
Why did we play
showing
it?
Yeah,
this bit
because I was
again.
excited. They went, oh, they're just playing me last week. I was like, well, it was very funny to be fair.
Yeah, but I thought, oh,
I
it's a
might
new
watch
thing.
it
But
again.
I've seen this.
But yeah, and then the second came out, and I was like, ah, it's fine.
That's why you've shown it. But yeah, there is that. But I enjoyed seeing it again.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's
And,
fun. It was
I
fun.
liked how they worked the physical comedy, like how he absolutely tricked him.
He
up
tricked him with
the
the mop.
and
That
that
was
was really well executed.
Should have got disqualified for it. Just saying.
Yeah, it's a
Maybe.
foreign object. He plays with a sledgehammer,
with it.
and he's got his mark.
It was funny though, and the commentators played it really well.
Yeah,
JBL was brilliant when he threw the dress and it landed on JBL's head. That was fucking brilliant. That's so good.
The JBL was mugging, going, "Can't believe the Usos have had to fight 4 people tonight."
Just goes, it's Tyler Breeze. It was good.
Usos still came out of this looking strong as well.
They did, it was-
Because they finished them brutally, and it was
Yeah,
Well, the bits that led to the end were really good.
yeah.
I can't remember what it. They did something with Tyler.
They kind of
Outside.
got rid of him. Yeah.
And they got
Yeah,
rid of him. I
and
remember
they pushed
thinking
Fandango
that
off
was
the top.
brilliant. And they took Fandango out.
yeah, it was very decisive. It was like, right, we took our opportunity and we did you there.
Yeah, it had some good little bits in it as well. What it was, the main thing was the comedy, but it did have some good little exchanges in it as well.
One of the Usos, I think both of them, but one of them in particular, has put a bit of weight on, and I think it looked good.
Yeah, the one who was losing it in the ring was the fat one.
They look, yeah, it just makes them look a
We
little
might
bit
learn- we
different.
might learn the names.
Just
at
do
some
look
point.
more
Jimmy and Jay?
Samoan.
Yeah, we might know which ones.
So now we're looking out for the one that's putting a bit of timber.
Yeah, so we need to find the fatter one.
Just
There you
looking.
Learn his name, and then the other one say the name by default.
go. There you go.
But yeah, good. Next up, I don't know what we're going to think about this match. We all thought it was kind of pointless. Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin. I'm going to start with a positive. Sami Zayn has got new tights, and I immediately had more respect for him.
What the fuck did it say on him?
Maybe
It said
not-
something like
I'm not-
despair or I couldn't read it. I'm not like saying they were bad.
Yeah,
I genuinely
I
couldn't
don't
read
know.
what they said.
But for me, it's the pattern. Well, I don't know what you'd call it. But the red pattern.
The red,
that-
white,
that-
kind of black.
yeah.
Going on.
The thing he's
It's
got
tartan,
on his jacket and all that tartan, yeah. I was done with that from his tights, and I reckon
fine. Little
he-
change.
it almost looked a little bit like rated R Edge kind of tights, and I immediately thought, okay, Sami Zayn's back and he's fresh again, and had an alright match, I think.
It was possible.
I thought it was quite good, to be fair.
Yeah, 15 minutes worth as well, which is.
I
think,
thought
respect.
I thought it was just as good as the opening match, personally.
Yeah. I mean that's shouldn't have
So-
been, but
So there you go.
respect to both of them. I think they put on
Sammy
a
got
good
the
show.
win. Didn't
Yes,
see that come
even
in at all.
better. Great result.
I said that was
I didn't see that coming at all.
He knows some stuff about
I'm
wrestling.
good, mate. Sometimes.
So
Yeah, and Baron, he put on a good match. It was still good. I don't know. He does kind of need to start winning now. I think I'm fine with Sami winning, but I think Baron come Tuesday. I don't want him to go after Sami Zayn. I don't think.
Yeah.
He needs to start winning some matches now because I think pretty soon he needs to be close to getting a title. Like properly close, not just he's in that picture where there's 8 of them in a match and he's one of them.
Yeah.
Put him in a little bit of a run with getting a belt.
It's so hard to do right now, though, with the storylines for the World Championship and the US Championship. I mean, no spoilers. Do you see Baron Corbin beating
No.
any of those people right now?
No,
no.
that's the problem. But I think, I feel like he's due getting something. But then so is Sami Zayn. They fucked it with the belts. Get to that.
They could very easily, if they give both of them separately, because we don't need to have two guys who are on the same level having a feud, because it's pointless, there's nothing to achieve. But if you have these two feuding with other people with decent storylines, that gets them over well enough, and it keeps the time ticking on a bit. Next up was the Welcoming Committee, with Natalia, Carmella and Tamina versus Charlotte, Naomi, and Becky Lynch.
This is the match where I put my washing away
I didn't do that, but
and swept the living room as well.
For what it wasn't bad, but who really cares? The result was fucking weird and wrong.
yeah, it was.
The best bit about this was when Becky Lynch came out with that wacky hairdo, and they cut to this girl laughing at her.
I didn't think wacky.
I really liked it.
I've got a few comments actually about the attire.
I know what you're going to say.
Attire of a few people. Go on.
You're going to say something about Tamina's attire.
I am. I'm gonna say that there are things that I would add to it to make it perfect.
Right.
But go on.
Why are they dressing her as a shit Nia Jax?
I'm not sure if. Well, let's say that's the case then. What I would change in that.
Go on.
I mean, first of all, I think that Tamina is a lot slimmer, so she looks more athletic.
Yeah.
I like the sleeves.
They're pretty cool. Yeah.
Because they're almost Hardy-esque. And it make I don't know, just because they're all stripped up, they look like Jeff Hardy's. Well, anyway, I sort of like everything at the top off.
Really?
But then I think I do. Just because she's a bit bigger, she needs something that makes her look athletic and agile. I think.
We say this a lot. I think she looks cool in just the normal clothes.
Well,
I
think
agree with
So,
that.
but what they've given her the kind of top, which for me looked like a Nia Jaxy kind of, I don't know what you call it, the top that she was wearing. If when she just comes down to the ring and she's kind of like the enforcer kind of character of the three of them, I think she looks cool. I think she looks like a bit of a badass. Give her like a black. Take that weird top thing off. If you give her a black leggings or jeanie kind of things, you keep them. Yeah, I agree with that. They were cool. Give her a black t-shirt and just let her just start decking people. I don't know why they tried some. I didn't like that topic.
for me, it was more like it looked like armour. It was closer to Reigns than it was to Nia Jax for me.
Okay.
Which is, we don't like the Reigns
Are we
thing.
giving the badass
Well-
armour, or are we making him look like a badass?
Well,
like
it's maybe a bit too big, but the look is generally alright. What I would have done though is she's heel, so you keep it dark, but it was too plain for me. I'd have put. It sounds silly, but it's like a wrestling thing. Whatever. You put grey knee pads on her, and you have some kind of grey on the shoes as well,
Maybe.
just to break it up a little bit and make it look like a wrestling attire, because it was somewhere in between for me. And the top half worked, take it or leave it, like it or not. The bottom half was just too plain, and she disappeared a bit.
Okay.
But
Thoughts on the tyre?
I think it's the case for the fashion police, personally.
Becky Lynch's hair, though, I was well into.
I thought it looked really cool.
This is the best hairstyle she's had, and it made her look cool. And the rest of her attire, I thought, as well.
I think her attire was great. I think it came out and her hair was just like Sheamus. And literally, they did cut to a girl in the crowd. It was just like covering her mouth, kind of laughing.
They wouldn't have been laughing at her hair though.
No, she looked like she was laughing.
I don't reckon that would have.
It was a bit like,
She did-
why have you come out like Sheamus?
They
No,
wouldn't.
I didn't think, because she had the sides braided. For me, she looked streamlined and cool.
I thought she looked cool.
Wow.
Like it was like
Wow.
it was almost like a.
Because it was different as well.
It's
As
like a
pay-per-view,
Sonic,
she's
it's like
done
a
some.
Sonic thing, isn't it? Xavier Woods did a similar thing, but he looked a bit daft.
I was thinking it was like a Viking kind of like warrior princess kind of thing, where
I
it's
was
just
thinking
like and if she'd had like almost like a Braveheart kind of like face paint across of just three things like right across face, I would have been like, she's going for it. She's a warrior now. Go for it, straight fire.
Yeah.
Wow.
Charlotte on the other hand, shit. I'm joking.
Fucking what? I thought you did too agree. I thought it was a bank of that. I thought you were going to go, don't know what's going on with that hair.
Nope, really liked it.
Wow.
The only one that I don't really get.
I know what you're gonna say.
I don't really get Naomi's look anyway. It's like
It didn't look good.
It
this
is what it
time
is.
for me.
It's only real. It was alright.
The dancing was really
It just-
lacklustre as well.
Was it?
She wasn't going for it like she normally does. She normally blows herself up and can't wrestle for the
Yeah.
rest of the match.
She's probably been told to calm down.
She looked like she'd been told to calm
At
down.
one point, she tried to get her own chant started.
I hate fucking that. Ugh.
When she went, glow, glow,
Don't
glow.
do that. Just don't.
And then all the crowd just chanted back, Dan, Dan, Dan. It was bad. It was bad. And she's the champ. Don't start your own chants. What are you doing? Especially when
The Queen wouldn't.
she wouldn't.
That is the same as straight fire. Don't say it.
But at least she just did it like, "Rrr," it's like the crying it. "Rrr."
Yeah.
It's not straight fire, straight. And she was like,
Please like me.
come on.
It's
You're there at the back.
It's
Yeah.
almost better though. I don't particularly like this, but it's the way that when Bailey does the sway thing before she does the thing in the corner. That I'm not into it, but that's better.
I do it with her every single. Well, I do it.
The way Cena does his posture and the you can't see anything before he does the 5-knuckle shuffle. That's just a gesture. You don't just like go to the fans. You fucking 5-knuckle shuffle, and no, it's just shit.
Yeah.
You don't. No, don't tell the fans.
It's
what
got
to
to happen naturally. They will, if it turns out eventually they will shout. You will have a chant and it probably will be glow or something. You get that. Don't initiate it yourself.
Yeah, let it happen naturally.
Yeah.
Let it be organic.
And the heels won.
Well, I think we said it had to happen because they're the only organised faction.
I really didn't think they would though, because I didn't see what purpose it really serves.
The way it happened was wrong though.
Like, how did it happen? Oh, Natalia sharpshooted
And just
Becky.
Becky just tapped.
Just tapped out. Yeah. Just
I
like
mean,
that.
there's no break-up.
There's no
Like,
struggle.
It's not.
She's
No,
been trying to get to the ropes.
no, but I mean, I was
And
going to
then
say
she's
there's no like
Whatever.
break-up in communication between anyone on the face side, considering
yeah.
the championship is
Like, they
there.
accidentally bump into each other, or you
Because
know.
there was a bit of a thing between Charlotte and Naomi at the very, very beginning. Like, I think as Charlotte got to the ring, but beyond that, nothing happened. We were
They
expecting.
were cheering each other on and all sorts.
That's why they should have lost if they're going to lose.
Yeah.
But as it was, I don't get why they did it that way.
Just lost.
Fuck that off. That's done.
For me, I think it was that match. I think I was done. I don't think there's another. I don't think I enjoyed anything else on this pay-per-view.
Really?
Yeah. What happened next? I can't remember.
I was actually into all of it.
Go on.
I'm not giving it like very high ratings,
I think I just.
but
Yeah, I wasn't asked.
I quite liked all of it. I mean,
Go on. What was next?
any time of the year you get Kevin Owens and AJ Styles in the ring, it's a big occasion
It should be.
for the United States Championship. It's the longest match of the night, I think, this one. I thought it was good.
I thought it was
Nothing special.
good.
Nothing
But
special.
then in this the thing, like, oh, you get them two in it. Yeah, we did. It's good. Why are we not saying more match of the night? Oh, is it, well, we'll talk about this in December. We're just like, yeah, it was all right.
Do
It was
their
good.
reputations make it hard for them though? Because I feel like they probably could have had a much better match, but why do it at Backlash?
Because it's a pay-per-view.
But it's just Backlash. If they go again at SummerSlam or WrestleMania,
I'd have been even more pissed off because it wasn't that good a match.
yeah, but maybe they could put on a better match, and maybe they would if the stage is bigger. It's the same way that the Charlotte and Sasha feud fizzled out. And by the time they're having a Hell in a Cell match, they've got nothing left to give.
True. Do you think this feud's going to go on and on then?
Yeah.
I don't think it's finished.
Okay.
Well,
now, based on the finish, then it can't really just be over, can it?
I quite like the finish.
I liked the finish.
That was inventive.
I thought the finish was good.
Yeah, and it was the right way to do it.
Yeah. I thought that was good.
Because you don't want a clean victory either way.
No. Do you think they're doing something with this? Just thinking of time of year and things like that. Is this going to be AJ Cena 2000? What year is it? 17. Is it AJ Kevin Owens? So they're having a few. Got a win each. Go to SummerSlam. Awesome match because it was at SummerSlam last year. Do you reckon that's what might happen? And then that's the end of the feud sort of thing with it.
What, do you reckon Cena's coming back for the United States Championship?
I mean Kevin
Oh,
Owens
you mean
is.
it's that version? Okay, sorry. Yeah, why not?
I mean, I think if they throw Jericho back in the mix, they could go
If that's the plan,
for 4 or 5 months.
then it would make sense that they gave us an alright match this time round. Because if they know that they're going to do more,
Yeah, but
they don't want to just put
Cena
on a
and AJ's
5-star.
first match was awesome.
Yeah, but by the
And
time
the
that,
second,
by
and
the
the
time, fine, but I still think it got a bit samey.
I get what you're saying, but the first thing we've said is it's AJ versus Kevin Owens. This'll be great. This'll be awesome. This might steal the show. It was good. I genuinely did like the finish. I did like a couple of bits. I loved it. You might have said it. I'm going to give you a smug bastard moment. That's what it's called now. Hashtag smug bastard. I'm going to get it on my t-shirt. Smug bastard moment. And then just your face. Yeah. I think you might have said something about AJ doing something and hurting himself or doing something wrong. I'm sure you did. And he slipped off the top rope. Fucking brilliant that he did that. You don't think he did it on purpose, do you?
I think something different.
Go on. I thought it was fucking brilliant. What do you think?
When I saw it first time, I saw that he did it wrong, and when I saw the slow motion replay, saw that he slipped off the wrong leg.
He did it fucking perfect in my eyes. It thought it was brilliant.
His weak knee isn't the one that gave out that made him fall.
He fell on purpose though, didn't he?
Yeah.
So that was the whole point.
Yeah, no, it was
If
a good spot,
we're gonna go like that, and then
I just noticed it's his right knee that he's selling, and he slipped from his left. It's
Balance.
his left leg that gave
Because he
up.
put all the pressure on that one because of his dodgy.
Didn't get his right foot down before he slipped.
I thought having him not be able to do his finisher and AJ Styles being able to purposely fall off the top rope is fucking brilliant.
He is so good.
Put that in. And purposely put your foot down a hole in a table and get stuck in all the wires.
It was only in the slow motion that they showed, like the reverse angle of him putting his foot through the table, that I saw him look down and aim for it. Full speed, it was like, shit. Was that meant to happen? Obviously it was, but so good.
I thought those little bits were brilliant.
Yeah.
I thought the rest of the match was average. It was good. No, I'm being average. It was good. I wanted more, like the Dolph match.
I think we.
They've sold you for the next time then.
I don't know.
They could have given us more. The Cena and AJ is a good example because they gave us 3, 4
Yeah.
great matches. Maybe they're just playing the psychology a bit differently here.
Yeah, maybe.
And
I hope so.
slow burning it.
Maybe, not everyone has amazing chemistry. Two
Maybe
guys
they're
might be
finding it.
awesome and just, maybe they are finding it. Because they
I
haven't
definitely
actually
think they
wrestled
can.
together that much then, so it's all.
Well, this is the artistic side of it that I like. That I think if they are just they know they're going to go the distance for a few more matches, they're now thinking we need to work a few things out in this match. Let's just have a good one and figure some stuff out.
I didn't particularly enjoy this one, but I'm quietly confident that I'll cut to the final one will be fucking brilliant. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I think that'll be alright. And the right person won this match.
Kevin Owens by count out. So, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan.
That's why I already did the whole match.
Really?
No interest in seeing this.
It wasn't bad,
Not interested.
I've
seen it.
I did the recycling in the bin during this match.
I didn't even give myself a job as one lice. No.
Well, I guess I'll say a quick thing about it then if you two haven't even fucking seen it.
I have seen it.
No, I didn't see it, but
It was on SmackDown. I saw it, but on SmackDown like 2 weeks ago.
Well, fine. I like the way these two wrestle, and I think they're both good because it got me thinking.
Do you think Eric Rowan's a good wrestler?
He's not as good as Luke Harper?
Do you think he's good at all in any way?
He's not bad.
He's terrible. I can't handle it. I don't. What is he even doing there?
His character is a bit.
The character's
right now.
beyond shit.
I don't think he's a bad wrestler though.
I do. I really
Do
do.
you think so?
I don't think he's got anything to offer.
You reckon?
I don't think he's got anything above basic moves.
I don't think he's any better than Titus O'Neil.
Okay, that's a big one.
I'm just thinking about similar sized guys doing. It's like, so you've got Luke. He's not obviously not as good as Luke Harper. He's not as good as Baron Corbin. I'm thinking about similar sized kind of people. First person who popped into my head is it was going to be someone else, but I'm saving him for a couple of minutes. He's about as good as Titus O'Neil, and I couldn't give a shit.
I can't think of him making many mistakes though.
I don't think he's not a botcher. He's not someone who's going to get things wrong. He's going to get into a ring, and I'm not going to give a shit about anything he does in it.
He's learnt the basic power moves.
That's what I mean. He's
fine, but
well, I think that's what I was going to say about this match. That it got me thinking about how different superstars from different weight classes have to perform to get themselves over in the right way. So you've got cruiserweights that have to be a little bit maybe high flying and mat wrestling, but if they can get some strong stuff in there, it makes them look extra good. You've then got the standard heavyweights, like the middle class, like the Seth Rollins and that kind of a weight.
Yep.
They have to be a bit of both.
You've got to be an all-rounder, really.
You have to be an all-rounder, which is why Apollo Crews doesn't work when he's doing standing shooting stars and things like that, because he's too agile. He behaves like he's a cruiserweight. But then the super heavyweights like these two, Harper and Rowan, they have to do the strong stuff, but the more agile they can be, the better it looks, because it makes them look like they've got agility as well. And that's why guys like Brock Lesnar get over the way they do, because they're quick as well as big. And there were a few spots in this match, like when Eric Rowan's doing a suicide dive. Sorry, Luke Harper's doing a suicide dive, and like super kicks and things like that, and jumping off the top rope. Because they're so big, it still comes across quite lumbering, but you think that's still going to have a big effect because he's big.
Well, that's why we like Luke Harper.
I don't dislike Luke Harper.
I think that's why this match was alright. I'm not kind of rating this mega highly, but that's why this match was alright. I think
because Luke Harper was doing some stuff.
He's still on the up somehow.
I just don't.
Is he on the up, or is he?
I don't know where the spot is that he's aiming for.
I don't know what they're going to do with him after this.
He seems a bit lost to me. I don't. Is he ever had a storyline that's not Wyatt related? Even now, like Bray's on a different show, and they're still.
He had that ladder match with Ziggler,
on.
didn't he? Which I think has been the highlight of his career so far. And that one kind of wasn't Wyatt related. He's just won the belt.
They had that fatal 4-way match for the number one contender, and he was the best one in it.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
I think he deserves to get something, but you've got to leave the Wyatt stuff. But don't put him in with Eric Rowan again. Do something different if you want. You've dressed him different. You've made him look different, and he is good. I don't dislike him in any way, but you've got to start making him do something. You can't keep going back to him facing the same people every week, especially someone who, personally, I think shit and shouldn't be there. There you go.
Well, we'll see. Next up, the main event. Jinder Mahal challenging Randy Orton for the WWE Championship.
Yep.
Who wants to go first?
I don't really know what to say yet, so you might have to start. Someone else might have to start because I don't know what exactly how to word it.
I'm into it. Jay, you go.
I'm
into what?
Not
the
so
result.
Into it.
I again, we can't compare this match to.
So what are you into? Are you into
but
the match that those two had, or are you into the result of the match?
From the perspective of a fan of professional wrestling as an all-round
You
thing.
do like wrestling, actually.
It was
sometimes if it's not too good.
This was all good. I'm not gonna even.
You thought all this was good.
I'm not even. This is the trouble we have watching such a variety of good wrestling over the weekend. You look at Pete Dunne and.
I hate it when I watch too much good wrestling.
That's
what you just said.
You know what I mean.
This is the problem when you get too much good wrestling. You need some shit.
What I said. This is the problem. That when you have some, you can't compare the WWE Championship match to the UK Championship match.
No.
They are completely different things. But that's what happens when you watch matches like that in such a short period of time. You're gonna think, oh well, the WWE Championship match was shit. But really, I'm thinking Orton's a good worker, but I want him to lose the belt. Jinder has put a hell of a lot of work in to look as good as he is, to get himself over. he does the angry face quite better than some people that we've already talked about. I believe Jinder Mahal, and I think he's got his look right. I think it's a bit weird, but like I've said before, it's the perfect time of year for the Great Khali to come up win the World Heavyweight Championship, and for something different to happen. So I was alright with the match. I think it was well worked by both of them. By no means a good technical match, or like super entertaining or anything like that. It was just alright, but the story was there. Randy, when he dropped the second midget,
That was
was
my
so
favourite part of the
fucking
whole
funny.
event.
The look on his face was like, what?
It was
Holy shit.
Yeah,
brilliant.
that was
The
'Cause he-
favourite part of the whole pay-per-view, that. Oh!
good. He flipped him, didn't he?
That's what
Absolutely
he said.
flipped him.
He just went, fuck off!
He picked him up and went, you weigh nowhere near as much as I know you did.
I think he actually, it almost like he slipped, because he was going to let go of him a second later, but let go of him too soon and just threw him.
He did.
It was like, oh, fuck.
It was so good. And it was to the it wasn't to the camera. It was to the cameraman. That face, like, oh.
I think he decided to carry on beating him up anyway.
He went. I reckon he went over because he held him by the hand, didn't he?
Yeah,
like,
he went to see if he was alright.
The ref went over to see if he was okay, and it looked like the ref told Randy, yeah, he's okay. So then he kind of helped him up, didn't he? And then he kind of carried on with him. And he was perfectly fine, wasn't he? But that was fucking brilliant. I've watched that again and again. That face. That's more personality than Randy Orton has shown last 10 years of his career, right there.
Yeah.
Which is such a shame. Because we say this about, we go over this all the time. Randy's such a smooth, slick worker. He's boring as fuck though.
Yes.
So,
And-
right result.
He's so boring.
And this is why, Tim said he's all in. I'm glad the belt's off Randy because I'm sick of Randy.
We're gonna see something different.
We're gonna
with
see
with a
something
gender
different. So I'm
champion.
like, yeah, well, alright. It's not on Randy, okay, that's fine.
And for me, this is just with the shocked faces that they were focusing on at the end,
Oh yeah, they were
and the
playing
booing
into
and
that.
people being shocked and unhappy. That for me is again it comes back to, it's not the same as Reigns being booed at the end. This is a heel winning,
Mhm.
so you're gonna boo it. And him, the way he celebrated and he was really in everyone's face.
I
just,
half
it's
agree.
Right.
The booing him because he's a heel. Some people aren't. Some
people are.
Some
but
people are booing him because why the fuck is Jinder Mahal the WWE champion? That's the problem. And the match was bad. It was bad. I don't want to see chin locks and holds and it's boring. It's lazy. I think.
Would you like to? Would you say that you'd rather see a dive?
I like a dive. I don't really see it all, but like there was too much of it. I didn't watch the Luke Harper match. I imagine the Luke Harper one was probably more interesting than the one I watched, match wise. I didn't watch it, but there's nothing really to Jinder Mahal or Randy Orton in the ring at all. I think they're very similar kind of wrestlers to like Eric Rowan. Really, I mean, I don't see. I'm not that fussed about him. I agree with the fact that Randy Orton is too boring and shouldn't have been the champ in the first place, and I'm glad he hasn't got the belt.
Mhm.
I don't dislike the Jinder Mahal character that he's somehow created here, this Maharaja kind of guy. I like the Singh brothers as his little followers sort of thing. I like that. I like it because he's got minions now and he looks huge. He's doing all that kind of stuff. He's rolling around. He had those photographs taken with him when he stole the championship. He's coming across really. I like his promos when he talks in Punjabi, all that kind of stuff. I like it. He's coming across as this heelish guy, and it's good. He can't be the WWE champion yet, though. You can't do that. I'm all for something different. Why have they picked this guy who, as the person to take from obscurity from the middle of the, not even middle, bottom of the roster? Why have they picked him and made him the actual champion?
Well, we know why.
Well, yeah, I know why, because they're trying to break India. But But wouldn't it have been good if they'd taken somebody from and made that the storyline, and that's the shock, and that's the land of opportunity, and that's the amazing thing. They've taken someone who was shit, who was right at the bottom.
It was getting jobbed out every fucking week on Raw. He was getting jobbed out to everyone.
No one gave a shit. That's the thing. Get someone like Sami Zayn, who's lost every match. Someone who is genuinely deserved, who's been around, who people still love, even though he's losing every week. Why not take him from the bottom? This guy who can't win a match, he's not had any other title. Why not go on a journey with him all the way to the top? He wins that lottery ticket. He somehow gets that championship match, and he fucking wins against someone like Randy Orton when no one's really expecting it. That'd be brilliant.
Are we still talking about Jinder?
I've changed to Sami Zayn now,
Yeah.
or that equivalent of that sort of character. I don't understand why they've taken Jinder Mahal, who cannot put on good matches. He can't.
Yeah, true.
And they've given him the title. The main title.
The title. The
In
title
wrestling.
that has the history.
In wrestling, he is the number one guy in wrestling, and it's Jinder Mahal.
I think plenty of people would argue the Raw belt is the bigger one.
It's
And-
brand new.
True in perception
Yeah,
wise, but
historically,
this is the
they've
belt
had it
that
a
has
year.
the history.
Yeah.
This is the
belt
belt.
Bruno Sammartino won.
Well, that's what JBL was doing. He was saying Sammartino, The Rock. He was going through a list of people at one point. Jinder Mahal. No.
This is why. I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I'm completely with you. It's wrong, and you can trace it back to Randy shouldn't have won the Rumble. As soon as you change that, the course of history is so much better, and everything's fine. But
But I don't think it's Randy's fault. It's why I don't understand why. Why?
it's because Randy Orton is big in India, and Jinder Mahal is Indian. They're about to have a tour of India, so they're going to go and have Jinder beat Randy over and over and over again, all over India. Then they're going to come back, and Jinder's going to lose it.
It's just shit.
It is. It's money though. That's why they're doing it.
This is why wrestling's going shit, because they're doing
Money
stuff
talks.
like that. I don't want to watch. I don't dislike. That's why I said I don't dislike what Jinder Mahal has managed to do over the past month.
Yeah.
He's somehow he's as good now as Alberto Del Rio ever was as that obnoxious heel foreign character kind of thing. I think he's doing that. He's doing the same sort of character. I think he's as good as Alberto Del Rio is.
Del Rio's better
At playing the character. Oh yeah, better in ring, but as the character, as that kind of heelish top guy sort of thing. That's what it reminded me of when Del Rio first appeared and he was doing all that.
Yeah.
And I think he's right, and he's done really well, and I don't dislike him. What are you doing?
You got any opinions on this yet? Because I'm all right with it. Because if you look at them physically, they don't look too different. I think like the bodies aren't that different. I think he can get better in ring.
I think it's the same point as Alan really. The history of that belt is the bit that rankles. I mean, you go, yeah, alright, yeah, you want to get off Randy and you want to do something different. And I'm all for giving someone a chance and something new, but
How many
getting
dog
chopped
shit
out.
champions have they had in history though? There have been so many people that haven't earned.
That whole
haven't
black
deserved
belt
it.
in specific.
Every so often you
Oh,
get
yeah.
someone who's shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's been a while since you've had
It's been
someone
a long
that
time.
shit though.
Your Jack Swaggers had the other belt.
Well, even if
They
you just
always had that. They always had the world. They always had the world title for people like Jinder Mahal, who they want to give a shot to.
It wasn't to start with though, because it was Cena and Batista, and then Triple H had the big gold belt.
some good
And-
people did,
Yeah,
but
so
if
they
they
had
needed
that
someone
belt too.
shit, they gave them the other one. But
Yeah.
the problem is, now this is the other
But
one.
that's the way that it's transitioned. Yeah, I get the perspective, but the big red belt is the big
It
WWE
is.
Championship.
And
Yeah, they're calling
and
it the
they fucked it.
Universal Championship, but it's the
It is, and that's why he's got the other one.
the SmackDown is the big gold belt.
It's just a bit sad, really, when
And
there's that. You've got that rich history there.
Yeah.
It's not fabricated any little bit, and you're just kind of throwing that to the wayside. It's a little
And
bit.
my other problem with it is, I know pick Sami Zayn out, but there are a lot of good wrestlers on both brands who they could have done it with, but instead they picked Jinder Mahal. Why
Because-
not pick any of these other people to give them? Why not give it them? Why
I
give it
think they will
Jinder?
now. I think the way that Randy's just this boring motherfucker. So what? For me, so what if Sami Zayn beats Randy Orton? First of all, I don't see how that storyline progresses. I don't see that coming out of anywhere. I don't see them feuding. It doesn't make any sense because Randy's boring. At least if you've got Jinder Mahal, who's just his character is brash and just wants to fight and
Generic foreign heel.
yeah. I mean, at least if you've got
That's the
something
problem.
generic and foreign, you go up against something generic and boring. You at least get the belt off Randy. Now there's any number of possibilities. It's going to take a couple of months at least.
But will you give a shit if, say, so we're using Sammy, if Sammy wins the world title off Jinder Mahal, or will you go, well, yeah, Jinder Mahal, shit? Or will you go, oh, Sami Zayn's beat Randy Orton, he kicked out the RKO, or would you go, oh, would you say, and that's exciting, or would you say, oh, he's beat Jinder?
Are we going to be sat here in 3 months going, oh, at least we've got the belt off Jinder now?
Yeah.
No, I
It's going
think
to be 1 month.
I think if anything, Jinder will improve. I don't think we'll necessarily automatically believe that he deserves it and should have that championship.
As holding the belt and walking around being the Jinder Mahal Maharaja character with the belt, I think that would be quite good.
Yeah.
See, doing that is fine. Oh, it shouldn't be.
Sure, just don't want to see the rest of it.
Um,
Don't want to see him
what do you
defend
think, just because you said it then, about the generic foreign heel kind of thing?
We said this last week. America will
Ameri-
never get racism, will they?
It's still just having it's still racist, isn't it, really?
Kind of is.
Not in the truest sense of the word, but maybe it is in the truest sense of the word. It's they pick the guy who's different because he's from a different country, he's follows a different religion, he dresses different, he talks in a different language, and they've made him the bad guy.
And
How bad's that?
They've
They're always 5 or 10 years behind.
It's so bad.
They've made him reference that as the reason. His
Yeah.
promo at Backlash said, "All of you people, first of all,
Don't like me
You can't.
because-
You can't. Well, just that first bit. First of all, you can't say that.
You people. You can't say you
can't
people.
say you people because in that context, it's a racist thing. So now he's being racist. But then you say, all of you people hate me because of the way I look. No one is thinking that, actually. So, it's not just a heelish thing, it's also just fucking dumb.
It seems a bit like, not uncomfortable, but for me, but like, you shouldn't be doing that. It's
Not in this day and age.
in this day and age. You
Not
can't.
in this day
When
and age.
Kevin Owens is doing the new face of America and he's actually Canadian, they do it in a way where it works and it's all right how they do it. But when it's full on you people,
And you've got all the undertones underneath and all the things that have happened.
I feel like it's asking for a little bit of trouble. I don't know what WWE. They do the be a star, don't be a bully bullshit. And they're picking on the guy from another country.
But
Oh.
really not, though. There's no American side. Randy Orton isn't coming out
No.
in Stars and Stripes going, USA, USA. No.
No.
It's Jinder who's doing it himself.
Yeah. Maybe that's the get out, maybe that's it. But it's the fact that the company are making that the reason. And as soon as somebody says, even if they're doing it from Jinder's perspective, as soon as he says that, everyone else is going to go against him. So then you've got it anyway. If he says you people, oh, he can't say you people. No, but it is us people. It's.
I can guarantee on SmackDown tonight, he'll come out and the crowd will be chanting USA and booing him. While he's doing his victory speech.
I wouldn't be surprised.
There were a lot of cheers at the end of the match, though.
Were there?
Yeah. It was definitely a combo of both. Could hear a lot of cheers because there were a lot of people when he came out. A lot of people were cheering for him.
During the match, people were going, "Let's go, Jinder. Jinder sucks."
Definitely.
It was half and half, definitely.
Oh yeah, but there were definitely people who, whether they're Jinder fans or they just wanted Randy Orton to
Yeah.
not be champion anymore.
I think it's part of it's the ridiculousness of it all as well, and then, yeah, We want something different. Well, there you go. You fuckers.
It's for me. It is the perfect time of year to just turn things upside down a bit, because we want Baron Corbin to move up. We want Zayn to win something big eventually, but it would have been too obvious if you just did exactly what you just did with someone who we think already deserves it.
I hate when those people who really deserve a title get a title.
It's illogical, isn't it? I understand, but if we want
wrestling is illogical, isn't it?
It is, but sometimes you got to go with illogical because the illogical is fucking Jinder Mahal.
Speaking of illogical,
go on.
Should we talk about Raw?
I ain't seen it. Tell me what happened.
We'll have a few comments, I think. One thing that you really won't like, because this was dumb as fuck. Why set up the tag team championships in a match? Matt Hardy versus Sheamus, the winner gets to name the stipulation, because everyone's thinking it's going to be some kind of deletion match. Matt,
I just thought ladder, but go on.
Yeah, I thought ladder.
well, no, they've already had a ladder match, haven't they?
Yeah, and
so I
I
thought Extreme Rules, maybe they'll go TLC, but then I also thought it could go final deletion, and then okay, we're gonna get the Broken Hardys from Extreme Rules cage match.
Do you not think we're getting trolled with this now?
Oh,
do you not think Vince is
you ain't getting that for no reason, just off a stipulation.
Do you not think Vince is intentionally trolling us now?
They haven't sorted it yet, have they?
He loves to troll the internet fans.
Yeah, but he's gonna fucking kill it.
They haven't sorted the contracts out yet, have they?
I don't know.
They can't do. You won't be getting any final deletion until SummerSlam at the earliest. You're not getting any Broken Matter for a long time.
Just annoys me. They're not gonna stay over, and it's by the time they.
Yeah, the nostalgia pop's gonna.
I'm bored already.
It's already on the wane, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just.
And he's the biggest Hardy fan.
He absolutely loves him.
I've always been a huge Jeff fan, and it was only since Matt did the broken thing that I thought he's a genius. Don't like Matt Hardy version 1.
I loved Matt Hardy version 1.
Was brilliant.
He was so fun. Yeah, they were brilliant.
The gimmick was entertaining.
When he had Shannon Moore and his little MFer just following him around, that was brilliant. That was so good.
That was also 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, that's when he was good.
That's when he had more agility to him. He's always been the.
He's always had that funny little fucking run.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's the one with no agility to him. He's not as flexible as Jeff, and he's an alright worker now. But just as one of the Hardy Boys.
So he won the match. He beat Sheamus. And then it's them.
Match.
So he went up to the top of the ramp with Jeff, and was it JoJo that came out? Some generic female.
Yeah, I think it was
interviewer.
JoJo does the ring announcing. He's not Charlie.
I don't know.
Whoever it was, anyway, I asked him what the stipulation was, and it's some of the things, I can't remember what it was, but some of the things he said, it was almost like he was building to, he was going to say something, and the fans were chanting delete, delete. I'm thinking, yeah, okay, do it. And he says, oh, we're going to take you to hell or whatever, in a cage, which is shit, because you've just invited yourself into a match with two bigger guys who are just going to throw you around.
If only there was someone in that match who could maybe jump on the cage.
Oh yeah, but for one spot, and again the focus is on Jeff.
That's what Hardy match is. Yeah. Hardy match is a one spot match when Jeff jumps off someone.
Such a shame. I feel bad for Matt. The only reason they're back is because of Matt.
True.
And the only reason they're getting any fucking matches now is because of Jeff.
It's a funny old world, isn't it?
Yep. What else happened on Raw?
Nothing.
Let me say, you had Bray.
Laughing, I imagine.
Bray cut a decent promo, he just a generic Bray
Such a
promo. Then Reigns came out, and then Bray had a match with Seth. Was it Seth?
No, it was a tag match. It was Roman and Seth versus Bray and Joe.
Oh yeah, okay. And you also had Finn Balor versus, was it Cole Anderson?
Yes.
Pals. But the other four are all in the match, but Finn Balor's in that match.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Why?
But then he was fighting.
Well, Finn Balor, Paul Heyman came out and just went, yeah, he's going to win.
To him?
To Finn Balor. Finn Balor was in the ring doing something, and Paul Heyman came out and was just and cut a promo saying like we're very interested in you. You're an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Basically,
we're
cut a
the one we're
promo.
most intrigued about, and just said
Yeah.
he's gonna win.
But even if he didn't say the things he did, it was also just like, we're going to do a promo with you because you're the number one contender, so of course we're going to do that. Like, no, hold on. Wait a few weeks and do it after Extreme Rules, you fucking idiots. What are you doing it now for?
Because they had nothing else for him to do.
Just,
Because it's a 5-way. So unless you can't have a handicap match.
You know what I've not seen for a while though? What? A special guest referee.
Oh yeah, that could have worked.
It doesn't have to be Finn Balor. It would be a good. I don't know.
But why not though? That would have been fun.
I've not seen a special guest referee for ages.
They could have done that. Like, I don't know how many weeks they've got until Extreme Rules, but they could have done that each week. I suggested last podcast that they should have just had each of the 5 face other people. And they could have done that every week until Extreme Rules and had great matches and had the 5 contenders batter the shit out of everyone. And eventually even have a hardcore match, the last one before Extreme Rules, and just have them use weapons and beat shit out of people.
Yeah, it seems to be the way though on Raw where the same people who were in like that the little feuds, maybe the top 2, it was like going up to WrestleMania, wasn't it? The same people fought in some variety every fucking week. They didn't put them off fighting other people and do things like that. They just put those people, in this case the 5 of them, in this endless carousel of shit. It's just a.
And the big selling point of the tag match or the end was that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns miscommunicated, and Reigns went into Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins was like, "What are you doing?" And they had a bit of dissension, which is silly because they fucking hate each other.
This week, or they might be brothers next week. I don't know.
Seth Rollins stabbed them in the back.
He did.
Drifter made his debut.
Did he actually have a match?
He's Dean Ambrose.
Semi-decent match against Ambrose.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was alright.
Hmm.
Did more than I expected him to.
Yeah, and Miz was on commentary.
Miz is great. I love Miz.
I'm going to make a prediction something else that happened. Now, because I only watched the highlights, I don't know if I missed a key ingredient of evidence here. I don't know if some other feud is going on that I'm not aware of. However, Enzo got attacked backstage. No one knows how they did it. I think I do.
Do you think the same as me? It was
Bet-
Big Cass.
I bet I do think that.
You think it's Big Cass?
Big Cass came up and he was like really pissed off and telling Kurt Angle, "You better find out who did this because I'm going to get pissed off and kill him." I reckon Cass did it.
Yeah. It was so telegraphed.
That shit if he did.
It is.
Well, I
why
don't
would you beat
know.
someone up and then not let them know?
Why did he get beaten up? Why?
We just found him
He
backstage.
hasn't lost a match, or did he?
I don't
they just found
I
him?
don't think we missed anything. So.
No.
That's awful. Then that makes no sense.
But
They're pals. You haven't got that many tag teams.
And they'll find a way to justify why he did it secretly, but I think
they won't.
Oh, okay. I'm being hopeful. Maybe I'm wrong about it, but I'm saying they could. But the actual reason why they're doing it, it kind of makes sense for Cass to now say, "Look, dude, you're holding me back," and to turn on him.
And they haven't got a really big bastard to be a heel at the moment because he's done his shoulder in. And a big Cass, I'm pretty sure he's 7 foot tall.
Yeah, can't teach that.
Thank you. Do you reckon that's why? I hope that's awful though. The way they should have split them up was like, it should have been a nice way, and Enzo should have gone, "You know what, I'm holding you back. You go off and do it.
That'd have been a nice way.
I'm going to go off to 205, or I'm going to do something. You know what, we've been through a lot, we'll get together again, off you go."
Yeah. See you soon, brother.
I would have preferred something like that.
And of course you would.
Well,
And then in a little while, Big Cass is going for a title, IC title, against The Miz. He keeps getting done over each week. Enzo helps him win the title. Both of the two of them, he's helped him out. They're still pals. He's the IC champ, and you can't teach that.
Oh, you could even turn him heel that way by having him cheat.
I wouldn't have split them up like that. That sounds.
Let's go a slightly different route then, and kind of incorporate all what has actually happened that we think has happened, and what we want to happen. If we have Cass turn on Enzo, because we haven't seen a decent heel Cass yet, and I reckon you're gonna be a big guy and you're gonna be, I reckon, actually quite good, and break him up that way and go. but you could still have Enzo, not all the time because it would be shit, but you could still have Enzo be like, "It's still my friend. I get why he did it," and then at some point come and help him.
Enzo wouldn't do that.
Maybe.
No, they're pals. They go way back.
But that's what I mean. Do you reckon Enzo would then just take the heel turn really personally and say, "Fuck it"?
Because you can't have an Enzo versus Big Cass.
I know, because Enzo
Oh,
would
no.
never get his revenge on him.
He'd never win, would he?
No, I think you're getting that the wrong way around. I'm saying Enzo would come out at some point and help Cass win, despite that, and say he's still my friend, despite that.
No, I don't think he'd do that. No, because he beat him up.
It's right to split him up, though, I think.
You haven't got many tag teams knocking about.
Yeah, but they're all shit anyway.
But now you've only got Hardys,
Cesaro,
Sheamus, and Gallows and
Well,
Anderson.
I mean,
That's
the
it.
Five will be back soonish, but
I
still
guess.
four.
Yeah, Heath Slater and Rhino are on there, aren't they?
Mm.
I know.
Scraping the barrel now
Yeah,
already.
they
Already,
are.
you're only the 15 in, you're already scraping the
I
barrel.
know, it's about that.
Yeah, so you didn't make double watch wrong, honestly.
Is that it?
Yeah. don't
What did
worry.
the women get up to? What's Alexa Bliss up to?
She hit someone.
So plain.
She hit Mickey James with the cane.
Oh, because they're having a kendo stick match.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, Bailey got smacked in the back. She posted a picture on Instagram. Mickey James was looking at it backstage. Like, fucking hell. Got a proper, like, lying down her back.
Raw's not must-see viewing, is it?
No.
I don't feel like I need to rush home and see any of this. I don't feel gutted that I missed it.
Shit thing is, I still think Extreme Rules has a lot of potential to be very, very good. I think they've just been so fucking lazy in the
It's
build.
in 2 weeks.
They'll put, like, the last pay-per-view had some decent matches in.
Yeah, it was quite good, wasn't
It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
The matches were enjoyable. It was just all the shit up to it. It was just doesn't get you interested.
I had booked all the build up.
And
so
we
much
came away
better.
pleasantly surprised because actually, yeah, it was good wrestling matches.
So, okay, we didn't. I don't think we put a. I know we're going back a little bit. We didn't put a thing on SmackDown there out of 10, so I think we did. Backlash, sorry, not SmackDown. What were you giving Backlash
This
out of
is going
10?
to vary quite a lot, I think, between the three of
Yeah,
us.
possibly.
Because I quite enjoyed it, and yeah.
So you gave Takeover a 7. So what you giving?
I'd say Backlash just as a whole. I'll go 7.1.
It was very marginally better than Takeover.
Overall, no, I can't. I don't think I can say.
Yeah,
it.
you can't convince.
I'm gonna say 7 as well.
So just as good as Takeover. You thought they were on a level par.
Completely different shows.
Okay.
But 7 as well.
Right.
4.
That bad. Fucking hell.
The first 2 matches were the best matches of the night.
What were the first?
Breezango had the best match of the night.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So
Zayn Corbin wasn't bad though.
wasn't bad.
Good result.
Was not as entertaining as Breezango.
No, fair enough.
So the most entertaining match, going off what you're saying, and it's pretty much the same to me. So there was a couple of alright matches on there. The most entertaining match was the joke match, with 2 tag teams in it that are kind of down at the bottom of the card. And my favourite moment was when Randy Orton pulled a funny face, having dropped a very small Indian man on his head on the table.
This is going to be low.
Okay? Don't get me wrong, that was fucking brilliant. I can't give it higher than a 4.
Jesus.
I've got, yeah,
It depends what.
3.5.
It's going that low.
I've got to go 3.5.
For me, it
Disillusionment
depends.
is fine.
It
Yeah.
depends what you're judging it on. For me.
Enjoyment. For
Well,
me.
yeah, okay, so fair enough. If it's just that, then just I like technical wrestling and picking out the things that are interesting on really like just a move for
Deeper
move
level.
basis, which is why the Harper and Rowan match was actually quite an enjoyable thing to watch. And yeah, we might have seen it before and stuff, but if we're just talking about this pay-per-view, then I think it's just things that it was alright. It was interesting to watch. I may rethink the 7. and
Tim, I think you might get
Get
some
back to it.
backlash for that on Twitter maybe.
Yeah. There you go.
So, yeah, let us know what you thought. On Twitter, at Free
All
Threat
your
Club.
peeps.
Nice.
On Instagram, Triple Threat Club Podcast. Or Facebook, Triple Threat Club.
You got it right twice.
Yeah, that's really good. Get on YouTube as well. You can like and share and all this kind of stuff with this video. Just let us know what you thought of the table. New look. Let us know what you thought. T-shirts. Let us know what you think. Our next part, we're going to go off and watch SmackDown Live now and see what the era of the Maharaj is going to be all about, and let's see what the Fashion Police are getting up to.
Yes.
Get in there.
Yes. I can't wait to see
So that'll be good. And then just before Extreme Rules, which is in less than 2 weeks' time, we will be back chatting about that, I imagine, and seeing what's going to happen there.
Yeah, get predictions.
We'll have nothing new to say because nothing is going to happen on Raw, but we'll have some predictions.
We'll have some predictions.
We might talk more about gardening if nothing else.
Yes, that was an enjoyable part.
I really enjoyed
the
that.
podcast. I'll let you know how the garden's getting on. And if the grass is taken or not, because that's the most important thing right now.
Grass
If it
is
takes.
always greener on the other side.
Bye.
The way that finishes is so lame. Just listen back. Right, hold on a second.
That was about 4 hours.
It was, wasn't
Today is
it?
a fucking Friday.
It's dark now, and it's fucking summertime.
I'm so sweaty. 10 to 10!
Right, hit the stop streaming button.
I'm not in class at all tomorrow. I might just go like
What are you doing? Smarking shit.
I have PPA time Wednesday morning.
PPA. What's that? Personal
Um,
Adam time.
planning.
PPA. Personal Adam time is Pat.
One of the keys is planning.
PAT.
Just like this.
Personal private Adam.
That's it.
So sorry, what is?
One of them's planning. Planning. A's assessment. A's assessment. One of the P's is planning. Don't know what the other P's for. In the morning, and then in the afternoon, we've got this new report writing system, so I need to learn how to do it. So I'm out all day.
Is it easier?
It's supposed to be easier, but it takes some setting up apparently. So it's so
One of those.
Yep.
When I was at Fridays, we had a system that like an online rowing system, and it took forever to set up, but it was worth it in the end.
Yeah, I think it will be. This year's going to be a fucking ball ache, but next year it'll be a Tyler Breeze.
You say that every year. That last year, and it'll be. Right. What I'm saying.
Yeah, so it should be an easy day tomorrow. I'm going to take lots of snacks and wear my own
Have you
clothes.
got to do any gardening at any point?
No. I'll get you round to do it, if you know how to grow grass apparently.
That's the shit I have to do.
Well done, Tim. Good organising that. If there's any way you can get those mics working then. So
I
close.
do think the sound will actually be better even just using this when we're closer.
I think it works alright to set up.
Yeah, big props to the J-Bone for bringing this. Because it would not have worked. The sound quality would have been better, and it would have been better for the view if we all just sat side by side on the sofa, but that would have been really gay.
Yeah, probably.
And in the meantime, we do know is if anybody ever just taps out or moves a bit now, the two mics do work quite well. So
You're gonna cut the key?
And keep paying the rent on this one.
cut you
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we start actually making money from this,
That would be nice. I'm not.
No, I just
keep the
You're just doing it
clubhouse.
for fun, aren't you?
Yeah, it's good.
feel love.
Oh, at least I don't have to
Well,
watch
still
Raw.
got
That's-
keys to this place.
I've been given 3 hours. That's nice.
I'm gonna say I'm house sitting.